Do you know what you'd like to play?
I want to play like an Irish, like over the rainbow pot of gold
Somewhere
type of character. Like
a leprechaun?
I want to play a fucking leprechaun.
I want to play.
Are you aware there's a luck domain for clerics?
I mean, there's something like that. I don't know. We got to make some choices as to how we're going to design this at Leprechaun. You know how I'm going to play it. Ridiculous.
What are you doing, Josh?
So
Stop.
that choice has already been made. Let's see. I've got
Leprechaun is a 5th edition race.
Really?
You're an edition race.
That's amazing.
Up on the DM channel. I haven't looked through it yet.
Looking forward.
I don't even know what I am.
Aren't you playing a tiefling?
Am I?
No,
wait,
his was he was like a half dragon person.
Yeah,
Wait, were
I'm
you the
a
one
half
with the
dragon.
talking penis? Was that you?
It was.
You were
it
a
was-
half dragon with the talking penis.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it more barked.
It talked.
You know, any form of speech coming out of a penis is worth noting.
Yeah, I agree. It
You
makes
may
sense.
not want to know, but it's worth noting. Yeah, dude, this is totally playable. You just have to make the character sheet from scratch in Fantasy Ground.
All right. Well,
Now you just have to decide what class to play your
all right.
leprechaun at.
The tweet is up. Let's see here. And
I made the stew. I hope it's good.
Yeah,
It's not
it is
entirely.
delicious.
Dude, have you
It
looked
is
over the new
delicious.
Mystic class, Yandora?
no, you want to tell us about it?
It's psionics, but you can have like psionic blades or use portal magic where you teleport all around it.
Junior, grab some stew, boy.
Yeah, there's a mystic build that lets you create portals as your power.
Okay, that's kinda cool.
Oh no, I guess not.
Is everything portal based?
Let me get the
I think
document.
I think at this point I'm gonna make a new channel because we're kind of cross talking over them while they're trying to get started now.
Yeah,
see
let's
here.
do that.
New
Sounds good,
voice.
buddy. New live.
Oh yeah, thanks. I made the command and I forgot it.
This might actually be in Fantasy Grounds too.
Yeah, but also
Don't forget to grab some stew, June.
I did. Did you hear me?
There we
Hello?
go.
No, I
Rex,
didn't.
you
I
coming
can hear
down
you
with
now.
us for D&D? Yes, of course I am. Okay. Here we are. Steam is updating.
It's called the Order of the Nomad.
Okay. Now what do they do? So they just make portals?
Yeah, I think the highest ability you'll get at 5 for that. You gain the ability to use psionics to recall your steps. You can teleport to an unoccupied space that you occupied since the start of your last. That's actually really cool. So you could run across a field, yoink something, and then teleport to where you were the previous.
That could be pretty helpful.
You can also add. This is in addition to your basic psionic powers.
Okay. I don't know much about psionics. Unfortunately, I never became one IRL.
It works mechanically. It works a lot just like casting spells. The difference is you get points to spend and spells to spend them on, as opposed to spell slots.
Gotcha.
You know, like, oh, this ability casts 5 points, and I have 20, so I can cast it 4 times today, or 21 point spell.
Interesting. So more like mana.
Exactly like mana, actually.
Yeah. I always preferred the mana system over prepared slots. That's why I never enjoyed like wizards that have to like pre-prep exactly what spells they're going to do. I don't mind sorcerers because they have like a little more mana-esque behavior. It's just really hard to know exactly what you're gonna need. I think that's part of what like makes it fun for some people, but it's a pain in the ass as far as I'm concerned most of the time.
Right. That's one of the reasons I've always preferred psionics. Is you do have to pick from a list of spells, but then you just use your points in whatever spells you choose.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. So
I can only help to a point with this because I've only read through a little bit of this.
I'm gonna
But
pick
I'm pretty
from
sure you
the
can
book
purchase-
for what I do, whatever I do. I understand that there may be an actual race of leprechauns, but we're gonna pick whatever is the closest to it. I think a gnome is probably the closest, right?
gnome or a wait a second.
Or a dwarf.
No, there's a better one. Give me a second.
Let me go to this book.
The Kender. Kender
A
would
Kender
also
would
work.
be better?
Oh, dude. So here's some cool things about Kenders and why I love Kenders.
Okay.
Kenders are 100% incapable of feeling the emotion of fear. Meaning you can't be affected by fear spells and you're not afraid to do anything. Kenders steal things without meaning to. They honestly believe they're holding on to it for you and will just put shit into your pockets without realizing it. Some DMs will force anyone that's interacted with the Kender to roll to see if anything ended up in the Kender's inventory.
It's not stolen. It's just in their inventory.
They're super friendly, generally very annoying and exuberant, much like the personalities you like to.
True.
Anytime you do something really, 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 really terrible and you think everyone's about to die, you're not allowed to scream, but you are allowed to say "oop." Anytime a Kender says "oops," it usually means he or she thinks everyone is about to die.
Gotcha.
That's the most expressive they get in the terms of fear. This is why I love Kenders.
Yeah, no, you've talked to me about it at length on our car rides several times. So I've learned a lot about Kenders. Let's see
They're
here.
great.
So there's classes. I'm not seeing races here. The supplemental doesn't have any new races. Let's see. All right.
Tasselhoff is part of Dragonlance or Kryn.
All right. So I don't.
Kender.
There's human variant. There's gnome, dwarf, halfling. I think from those options, which is better?
For you, probably gnome if you want to go leprechaun.
Okay. So
gnomes are also known for being small and annoying.
It's true. We can always call it a leprechaun. I just want to grab something that we can work with, basically.
Gnomes aren't known for being the brightest. He can always just think he's a leprechaun because he has red hair and a funny costume.
True. Oh, I need to make sure that the sound is playing to the right device. I have music playing, but I don't hear it. You guys probably don't hear it either. So, just a moment. Go in.
If you Google Gnomes 5th edition, you'll kind of get some pretty decent artwork for what they look like.
Okay. No, I'm pretty familiar with gnomes, so that should work. I've done a reasonable number of gnome characters in the past. Okay, so here we go.
I mean, the thing gnomes are the best at playing are rogues.
Nuclear Fire, what do you got some ideas for character names? I know you're there. Anyone watching, give me some ideas. I'm ready for ideas. Let's see here, and then
You want a name that sounds like Irish?
sure. I'm gonna find a picture.
It would be very funny if you named him Snowflake.
Snowflake. What's the humor in that? You got a
I don't
problem
know,
with
you can make him
snowflakes?
you can make him very sensitive.
Oh, that.
Anytime someone makes a joke about his height, he gets really, really angry. I mean, unless you want something Irish like Seamus.
Yeah, it's gonna be he's gonna be my standard over the top character. Let's see here. I want something with a top hat. Let's see here. I should just get a leprechaun picture. How are you guys? Oh, you just put it in the portraits folder apparently. Okay.
That is correct.
Let's see here. Let's find a leprechaun.
How about like Clover McGee?
Clover McGee, eh?
Or Patty Wagon. I mean, that's possible. Just depends on how silly you really want to make.
I like Paddy Wagon. It's pretty good. Let's see here.
Patty Wagon, Patrick Thomas Wagon, at your service, lads.
There you go. Let's see if anyone has any ideas on there. All right, so I like it. Patrick Thomas Wagon.
Oh, I like that name. That's a good one. But does he
Unless
introduce
things have
himself
changed
as
since
Patty
3.0,
Wagon?
aren't gnome classes as favoring being a bard? I agree, however, that gnomes make excellent rogues. I had forest gnome character that was locksmith tuned rogue. Well, I haven't even decided what class it's going to be. I just know what personality it's going to be, which is going to be obnoxious leprechaun-y, okay? It's going to be... Yeah, I don't know. Let's see here.
Bards have an ability where instead of giving someone a buff, they insult somebody as an interrupt action while they're attacking, and you get to roll against them by making fun.
Really?
Yeah, the ability is called Cutting Words.
I like that.
So that's a reason to play a bard. I can probably give you a reason to play any class with this character. Like, as a fighter, he would really enjoy attacking people's knees and chin.
All right, so let's see here. I'm going to go with... his strength's going to be 6. His...
You know that means he's as strong as your youngest, right?
Yeah, like he can't...
That's awesome.
Yeah. His charisma is going to be 20. His... let's see here. Wisdom 16, int 11, dexterity 14, constitution 9.
With those stats, I would say a bard or a sorcerer, because they both get powers from charisma.
Yeah, I think a bard and cutting words will work, but you're gonna have to teach me how it works, okay?
Yeah, I'm playing a bard that's doing that now, so I can do
All right, well, let me look at the class options. Let's see here. So the race is gnome. If I can find it.
The bardic lore. So you want to be a bard that follows the College of Lore. That is the one that gives you cutting word. If you want, I can send you my character sheet, if like as an example of what to build from.
All right, this would increase my Constitution score to 10, which would be handy. If I did a rock gnome, there's the forest gnome, which their ability score increase is dexterity, which would take him to 15. Or the Constitution. So rock. Okay, so there's 2 rocks. Well, I'll just take rock. He's hardy for being not too hardy. And then we'll change this name to Fecking Leprechaun. How do you spell leprechaun?
I'm gonna Google that one for you real quick.
Sounds good. How you doing today, Zarak? Doing good? We are gonna do some Red Dead Redemption at the end of the show too.
I've placed it in chat for ease.
Leprechaun. Okay.
We call it a leprechaun. That's right.
Glad to hear you doing good, Zarak. All right, we got a leprechaun, and let's see. Let's look at the classes I can do. And we do have the options from the Xanathar's Guide too. So let's look here. There's Wizard, Warlock, Sorcerer, Rogue, Ranger, Paladin, Monk, Fighter, Druid, Cleric, Bard. What was the cleric variation you were talking about?
I was talking about a bardic variation, College of Lore.
Okay, Bard.
That's right, Leprechaun, S-E-A-N.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, wait. Yeah, we could do Leprechaun. Leprechaun. Though I do like Patrick Thomas Wagon.
His middle name could be Kyle, so there's still a K in the con. Leprechaun, how are you doing?
Leprechaun.
But you have to spell it S-E-A-N.
Yeah, of course. You got to spell it S-E-A-N. All right, if I pull Bard over, the server's up, by the way. You can join it. And let's do a call to the group. Weren't we? I think we were supposed to start. Oh, Kenkai rating with 4 viewers. One sec. Got a red alert.
Raid!
Welcome everyone from the Kenkai Show. How are you doing, Super Kenkai? How was your stream? I noticed that you were streaming a lot today. Congratulations on a long, fruitful day. I hope it went amazing. For those of you joining who haven't been here before, I'm Gandora Olop, the benevolent dictator of friendliness, as I like to say. And tonight we're going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons, Satan's game. Welcome. We are making a leprechaun character together.
Hail Satan.
Hey, Atlas. Yep, that's right, Atlas. It's a good cult. All right. Hey, Velo. All right, I was about to do a call out to everyone. All right, LFG roleplay. We are live and starting after I roll the character. Okay, so what's up? Did you miss? So I'm rolling a leprechaun character for myself, and then we're going to pick up the game. That way I don't end up playing Troa's character every time he co-DMs, since it's given him multiple personality disorder.
Indeed.
All right, let's see here. We've got persuasion. Obviously, I should be trained in that. I feel like performance as well for a leprechaun. And deception. Probably intimidation as well, honestly, right? Like, probably not performance. I'd say persuasion, deception, and intimidation are the ones I'm gonna go. And Rex, how are you, girl? Did you see my go live message? You excited? You excited to play with a new character today, huh?
Wait, another new character?
You excited to meet a fecking leprechaun?
Ooh, okay.
All right, let's see here. So now we've got
Do you like my recipe?
your recipe?
My internet.
Do I like it?
Yeah,
Why
that's
is
not a
your
good,
go live
that's not a good
message a
thing.
piece of cake and a glass? Oh.
Got it?
Okay.
I got a wine and cake. Get it? Yeah.
I retweeted, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, how do you like the get up, Rex? Does it look good?
Say what?
How do you like the get up? Does it look good? Good combination?
It looks
It
looks great. Your hat looks a lot brighter than your jacket, and I'm slightly concerned, but not really.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I have to add this stuff to it. It's more of a felty material. So
I thought it was a lot bright.
what, the jacket?
Yeah, in the pictures it looked a lot
No, so
brighter.
this isn't the wool one.
Oh.
The wool one wasn't gonna get here until end of December. So this is a different kind of fabric. It's nice. It's actually really comfortable too. But yeah, I could get the wool one as well. It would get here at least in time for like a con in January. Okay, so now I need to pick my background. So what should we do for the background? How do you...
1 second, I'll be right with you.
He's gonna pee right with me.
I have to. Oh shit! I need that up. Oh, I didn't close it. Fantasy Grounds.
Should I feed the rabbits while I wait?
Yeah, you can go ahead. That'd be fine. I just gotta finish this character and then we should be able to kick off. All right. So we've got a choice between Patrick Thomas Wagon or what was that? What was the other option? What?
A K-Sean one?
Yeah, was it? What was the first name though?
Patrick Thomas Wagon.
Or
It was Patrick Thomas Wagon or something.
it was.
It's in chat.
Hey, PLK455, how you doing, buddy? Let's look up top. It was.
Oh, Leper Sean. Spelled S-E-A-N.
I look like a strawberry pimp. I mean, that's good, right? What's the best kind of pimp, Nuclear Fire? I hope it's strawberry. Okay.
There we go. Jimmy Johns is on.
Oh,
the way.
like
I
Leo?
like it.
How about Leopold, Kyle, Sean?
I like that.
All right, so we're between Patrick Thomas Wagon or Leopold Kyle Sean. What do you guys think? What have you been up to, PLK? What was that?
Leopold sounds weird for a leprechaun.
Leopold the Leprechaun?
Well, no, Leopold the Leprechaun is fine, but the full name, I don't know. I like that one just by Leopold the Leprechaun. It sounds like he'd say it while mocking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think everyone's gonna refer to me by my full name, but when I'm feeling angry, I can be like, it's Leopold Kyle Sean, or Patrick Thomas Wagon. What's better? You're sailing around the room like what?
Anyone in chat?
What? Yeah, I don't know. What do you think, PLK? What's better, Patrick Thomas Wagon or Leopold Kyle Sean? The fecking leprechaun.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing, Bash? You joining us tonight?
For what?
Dungeons and Dragons, Satan's game.
Hail Satan.
I can't actually because I have a potluck for like the final day of class at work.
What's that? You're cutting out. You have a what?
I have a potluck, like celebrating my final day classroom at work. So I have to cook.
Nice. Well, we're streaming. Worst case, if you want to join in and enjoy, we're making a character right now. What's your thoughts between Patrick Thomas Wagon and Leopold Kyle Sean for a leprechaun?
Wagon, whatever the one that ended in wagon.
All right, Patrick Thomas Wagon.
Yeah, that one. Like.
PLK says he always plays humans with generic names. Well, generic name this is not. It's a combination of 3 generic names. All right, so which college should I go with? I've got the College of Lore, Valor, Glamour, Swords, Whispers, or Lore again. Which one is the one that I can do cutting words?
That's like lore, College of Lore.
Okay. PLK's last character was called Peter Smith. All right, and then I guess we'll go
We're
1,
level 5 right now.
2. All right, where do I find the backgrounds? Let's see here.
Probably on one of those other tabs.
Ability score improvement, font restoration, character. Do I have to pick like spells as a stupid bard?
Oh yeah. It's not
Damn.
a lot, but yeah.
Damn it. All right, let's see here. Making a character takes work.
I know, right?
Okay, so backgrounds. Here's the backgrounds. Okay, so this guy's background. What's the most leprechaun sounding background? Let's see here. Charlatan, criminal, entertainer, folk hero, gladiator, guild artisan, guild merchant, hermit, noble, knight, outlander. I mean, it's kind of like an outlander. Pirate, sage, sailor, soldier, spy, or an urchin. Can I be a clerk? I didn't see clerk on the list.
You don't want to pick pirate?
But okay, so I'm a leprechaun that was a pirate. You spent your youth under the sway of a dread pirate, a ruthless cutthroat who taught you how to survive in the world of sharks and savages. You've indulged in larceny and high seas and sent more than one deserving soul to a briny grave. I mean, I could.
You survived only by doing your stupid jig for them.
No. I don't perform. I didn't do that one. I'm intimidating.
Oh, nice. Dude, are you gonna make yourself look like the leprechaun from the Leprechaun movie?
That's the hope. I just scare
guy?
people. I'm not strong. I'm just. Let's see here.
Neither is that guy.
So PLK wants me to be a clerk. What would that mean?
I don't know, actually.
Like my background is that I worked at a bank. I mean, I could do it. I was like the scary bank manager. What about Noble Knight? Sure, I'll do Noble Knight. Alright, and I'll say Noble Banking Clerk. Alright, Knighthood among the lowest. That was okay. Alright, I get skill in history and persuasion. And I get a gaming set. Okay. Oh, that works. And I have the feature of position of privilege, and I also get retainers. If your character has a noble background, you may select this background feature instead of position of privilege.
Your gaming set should be a little handheld game you're always playing if you're not talking to anyone.
That works for me. All right, so cool. I have like a, I don't know, like a Wii that I can pull out or some shit. Or oh, wait, no, I should have like an Oculus gaming set, like one of the Oculus Go's, and I just put it on and I start like zoning out with the touch. Works for me. All right, so I'll keep the rest. Okay, we need spells so I can have my actions though. So that I have to look up before we start. Okay, spellcasting. Is it gonna tell me where the spells are? Alright, College of Lore. Cutting words. Okay, features, cutting words. Okay, so I have cutting words for sure. I have peerless skill. Ooh, I can learn two spells from any class. Hey, Iceberg, how you doing? Having fun?
Yeah, that's a really neat bonus you get.
Yeah. All right, so I have cutting words, peerless skill. I don't have peerless skill yet. I'm not high enough level. But I am high enough to learn 2 spells from any class. So, what are good spells that are like charisma based? And I need...
Well, really, most skill checks are going to be the other person making a check off of their. Your charisma being higher.
if it's going to affect like the damage on it and stuff.
All of your spells. That already raises all of your spells, is what I mean. Hold on.
I'm doing good, Iceberg. I'm sorry you're feeling under the weather. Yeah, most of my family is feeling pretty under the weather too. All right, let's see here. By the way, the server is up. So Lunar, if you want to join, Rex, if you want to join, do any maintenance on your character now. I'm just finishing up. If you guys have any missing spells and stuff, now is a great time to do it. For those of you who don't know, if you're looking to join us in the campaign, you can always do so. You just have to set up your character ahead of time. So that's something we can always do together.
When you cast a spell that has a save, it's 8 plus your proficiency bonus, which should be 3 right now, plus your charisma modifier to determine what their save is supposed to be.
Okay. So, spells. Here we go. I need to find... source, Bard. Level
Level
0.
1 has a spell called Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
There you go,
tell a
PLK.
joke
Make
and
another
cause a
generic.
person- It makes people fall prone laughing.
Yeah, I heard that one. All right, let's see here. Ooh, Vicious Mockery. That's going in there.
That's another great one.
Okay, I don't even need to read it. True Strike's good. Put that in. There's Minor Illusion. There is Message. That sounds like it'd be good. And Friends. What's that do? For the duration, you have advantage on all charisma checks directed at one creature. Yes. Fuck you. I said Friends. Dang it. It's like it crashed it. Spells. Bard. Here's the search. Okay, so that is all of the cantrips. Then we go in and say, what do you guys think? So does it say a leprechaun who fights using all charisma? Is a bard. Level 1 charm person. Let's see here. Sure, Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Unseen Servant is a great way to fuck with people.
What's that one do?
It makes an invisible servant that can do minor tasks at your request.
Sure, that sounds like something I'd be down for. That's probably
Think of it like a really, really basic Mr. Meeseeks.
really basic Mr. Isn't Mr. Meeseeks pretty basic? Nice. PLK is going to be a wizard.
Well,
Yeah,
you
we
can
do every
ask
other
him to
Thursday.
do it.
So, are you already in the Discord, PLK? Let's get you in the group for it. And who is going to read off the summary for last game? All right. Let's see here. I've got Zone of Truth. You can create magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere. Start at the point of your choice within range until the spell ends. A creature that enters the spell area for the first time on a turn on the start must take a charisma saving throw. Okay, well that sounds like it'd be interesting.
Much more effective than torture for interrogation.
I'll do one of that. I'll do invisibility.
Heads up, invisibility ends the moment you take any aggressive actions.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
There is...
Knock is also pretty useful. It opens any unmagically locked door. But it makes a really loud knocking sound when it does it.
That's okay. And then...
Dude, I thought that said lactate object.
Lactate object?
I was about to say.
Alright, one humanoid of your
that.
choice that can see within range must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become charmed by you for the duration of the target charmed. This way, twisted crown of jagged iron appears on its head, and a madness glows in its eyes. The charmed target must use the action before moving. Okay, interesting.
That sounds pretty wicked.
I like it. Crown of Madness. Okay, those are our level 2s, and I guess I have some level 3s I can do.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
But I
Welcome
missed.
back.
You want to read off the summary for last game?
Did I do the summary last game?
I think so, yeah.
Let me find it. Oh, it's a big one. We all drank a bunch of punch, and the magic guy got strong, and the tiefling lady got really sick, and we went to the big long room, and the magic guy did a cool oil dance. Then we saw some doors, and the doors hurt my friends, so I made them go away with my axe. And then we met another swingy clown guy, and he tried to run away because he was super shy, so the magic guy and I helped him get over his shyness, and now he's our new friend. And then we went through a big swishy room, and we went to the big fun room, and the merry lady sang a fun song, and we all had fun. And then we met a big scary hunk dragon, and we had a big fight. I hit him with my axe, I got Bernie candy on me, and then Meredith made his big red mouth go pop, and then he flied away, and a big guy appeared, and he gave us all stuff. I got a magic toy, and the lady got a bunch of boxes, and Meredith got a big piece of paper with lots of words, and the cool magic guy got a big magic potion. We did it! We win!
Cool. Hold on.
All right.
Clear with this
Bane
quiz,
or
everything up.
bless? Can you tell me a little bit more about those, Iceberg? I can pick 2 spells from any class with the background I have, but I got to be careful about it. Now, right now, I don't have any actual damage dealing spells at all, so I might want to adjust that.
Well, I actually have a suggestion if you want to get damage. Hold on.
It's gotta play to my like. I specifically just want to insult things and intimidate them, and like physically I won't touch anything.
I mean, there's always magic missing.
This is connecting really, really slowly. I don't know why.
Ideally, I would like to just convince enemies to
Oh,
fight each other.
Dude, if it's available, look for Grease.
Grief?
Grease, Greese. It's a wizard spell. It's a level 1 wizard spell.
What's good about that?
It's useful even at level 20. It makes the ground slippery, so if the person tries to move at all, they have to make a save or they fall on their ass.
Okay.
I think it also does it. It used to do a thing where it makes things way less as well. Let me see if I kept that in this one. No, just the slipperiness. Yeah, it makes the surface super slippery. And it's very useful and doesn't do damage, but is helpful in.
Okay. All right, sounds good, PLK. I'll get you moved over. Okay, I'm trying to think of these ones that are available. I've got Bestow Curse, Clairvoyance, Dispel Magic, Fear, Feign Death, Glyph Warding, Hypnotic Pattern, Lehman's Tiny Hut. A 10-foot radius immobile dome of force springs into existence around the above you. Remains stationary duration. The spell ends if you leave the area. 9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome. Spell fit. So I can make a little house?
Yep, and you can sleep in it safely.
Dude, that sounds amazing. Okay.
It's a very good spell.
I've got Dispel Magic, Lehman's Tiny Hut, and one more I can do.
I mean, Fear.
Sure. Fear makes sense.
Or Stinking Cloud, whichever one you think the Leprechaun would like more.
I think they'd like to make things run away in fear. Icer says the hut is OP. And so, no, I think it's
Really?
additional ones, Iceberg, was the way it was worded. So we have 2 spells, 2 of any spell that I can get. It can be any level.
Well, it has to be within the level that you can cast.
Yeah, so 3 or below. I'm okay with waiting on picking those though. I think we got more than enough to work with right now.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and he's probably should wear some clothes or something, right?
The first map I sent you could easily be the space station, Gandhi. The second one is the dead.
Okay. All right. So, shall we do call, guys? Shall I do the call in? So we got the camera.
Yes.
All right. About to place it. If I can find it amongst the many messages I have. There we go. And aha. All right. And entering DnD and Cam. There we go. Now you guys can see the rest of the party.
Except you can't see me because I don't have a camera.
Now we can see your icon.
Yep. Although, if one of you mails me a camera, I will use it during D&D sessions. Out of
Good to know.
gratitude.
Anyone watching who wants to see Lunar in the games, if you let me know, I can make sure it gets to her. All right, so let's go into the party sheet. Let's add Patrick Thomas Wagon, who is going to participate tonight. Let's see. We've got so far Troa, we got Rex, we got Lunar, we got Gandora, and I think Grace is here. Is he trying to talk in the little chat area?
I have no objection.
Not yet. Okay. Okay, so at the end of the last session, you guys were gifted your gifts. I don't know that we really went over it in detail, since it was written in child speak. Okay, so let me go to the roleplay channel and read it out. We've got okay, Grace has a box set of video guides to power management systems and a golden key to ultimate power. And Necron has an infinitely refilling mint cologne bottle that he received. Meredith has a navigation data, like it's a kind of like a cartridge.
Oh, I thought it was a map.
It's a map, but like it's got a cartridge on the bottom, so it's got like a floppy map on top of it, but you can see a cartridge on the bottom.
I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Yep.
And Shell has a plushy dragon that makes the actual sounds of an adult dragon when activated.
One day
You're-
someone's going to give me
you're
a situation,
What?
and I'm not going to get a dragon.
What was that?
I listened in on stream. I could hear you there as well.
Yep.
See, the thing is, you guys give me bosses that have dragons, and then immediately you ask my child character what she wants, and all she can think of is dragons.
Makes
I'm
sense.
surprised nobody asked the dragon for one of its scales.
That would be epic. Gosh darn. Can I retcon that to be my answer? No, that'd be too.
No, the dragon already left.
Not because,
If you couldn't think of it as at the time, the character with your character's intelligence definitely couldn't have thought of it in time. No offense or nothing. Okay, so you guys all get into the ship, and out of the wall pops a little leprechaun. He comes out and he's got a walking stick. He's like, "Hey, where you been? I've been waiting on this here ship this whole time."
Is the walking stick made of wood or gold?
It's like gilded.
is it like a shillelagh?
Sure, tell me what a shillelagh is.
It's like a walking stick with a nubby top end.
Yes, it's a walking stick with a nubby top end, and yeah, I mean the walking stick's a walking stick. I didn't expect that to be your main point of interest. He's got a top hat on.
Everything you described.
Zarak, the little gnome, I mean the little leprechaun just accosted them verbally when they got back on the ship.
What are you, little man?
And then he said, Patrick Thomas Wagon, pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir.
Yo, well,
Okay, so anyone else?
does
have
anybody not find this a bit strange?
We meet new friends all the time.
No, we're not on a map yet. We're in the ship. I guess there's a map
Okay,
for the
cool.
ship, right?
I mean, a map for the ship should probably be made at some point.
Probably a better one than our hand
Drastically
doodles,
changed.
but you know, that's fine. All right, let's see here. It's
Yeah.
the. Did I just call it the kitchen? Yes.
I think that's all it was last time.
I mean,
Well,
our-
no,
our
but
food
it's
is kitchen.
it's called the kitchen, but that's just because that's all there is inside the ship. Okay, so this is the inside of our spaceship. There's no taters on it.
You didn't bring potatoes? I love mashed potatoes.
I'm suddenly wondering how we do things like use the bathroom and sleep, like not weird space.
It all goes into
You're completely inaudible.
But it's just cutting out again.
I just assumed
it's
my
probably his
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. Okay, so
there's not much I can do about that.
all right, here we go.
I'm adding
Let's
something to
get our characters
roleplay
in.
chat.
We've got Rax. Are you here?
I'm here.
Okay, cool. Let's see.
Check out roleplay chat. I found a possible insight of the pig map. It even looks kind of snout-like.
All right, I need to get Patrick.
Like a second level. Because there's stairs.
I'm taking ownership of Patrick. Okay, he's on the combat tracker now. All right. So he's got a little leprechaun. Can I help you? Very nice. You want me to show? Is that his beard?
No,
What is it?
it's a squid.
It's a squid. How many legs does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very nice.
4 of those were taken from other weaker squids.
Yes.
Assimilated.
Yep. That's how you become an Eldritch God. You just, you take the other squid's arms, and eventually you'll be 100 arms, and you'll become an
makes
Eldritch
sense.
God.
I am Squid of Bork. Your limbs will be assimilated.
All right. So Patrick,
12 of 8.
he's greeted you guys, and he's like, Grace, Meredith, Shell, Necron, great to see you again. It's been a pleasure riding with you so far. Let's be off. Where to?
Who is that
We're
that's speaking?
short men.
That's Patrick.
Hey, what? Are you? I am very confused. You act like I know you, small being.
Haven't you heard about me? The ship talks about me all the time, I'm sure. I'm sure the ship had lots to say about me, just like it did about you.
Ship? Is this thing one of your experiments?
Sure, why not? I'll take credit any day. Any day. Now, let's go.
Our ship can talk.
No, it's not the ship. It's Patrick. It's
What?
the leprechaun.
How was the ship talking to Patrick? I wondered out of
Okay, so
character.
for clarity, every time you guys are inside the stasis pods, you guys are given a passing familiarity with everyone else. That's how Grace was able to join and kind of assimilate in. It's also the way that Meredith still knew you guys, right? When it brings you guys back after stasis, it imparts some kind of general knowledge of the rest of the party to help simmer things down. History has shown that otherwise people kill each other if they encounter each other after 1,000 years.
Does this happen?
Jesus Christ.
So should we already know about your character, or does your character know about us because he slept in there, but ours doesn't know about him because we haven't since he
Yeah,
existed?
you guys were not informed of his presence yet. It's a surprise.
Okay, so we should be confused.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah. Oop, I just minimized
I
that.
mean, my character is always confused. So
Yeah, just
absolutely
a little bit.
bit.
All right, so you guys have the treasures that you acquired. Remember where that arrow, the green arrow that's pointing to the left, is pointed? That is the recess that looked like the swine's heart that you just
Did
collected.
we actually get a swine heart?
Yeah, you have a golden swine's heart.
Okay.
Let's
Make
put it
it
in.
here.
Here, I need to change this stupid song. What kind of music do you think is appropriate for this?
I don't know. Is this gonna end well or terribly?
I mean, the Chocobo song would always work.
Yes. I second this
I
motion.
would. I'm gonna do happy music. Okay. Happy
I
Chocobo
music.
totally-
song is like one of the happiest songs in the universe.
I know, but
Yeah.
then we'll be blocked on YouTube and we won't be able to publish it. So instead, we're just gonna do happy tunes. Okay.
The merry-go-round went down. That song was like over 100 years old.
The what?
The famous ditty that a lot of people attribute to kind of Looney Tunes.
Gotcha. Let's see here. All right, so we is Necron. Are you gonna go put the heart in?
It's the Looney Tunes song is what it is. It's just really old. Yeah, I'll definitely put it.
All right, I'll play it, and we'll see if it ends up blocking. Okay, so you reach up and you put the heart inside, and then it goes. And then you start hearing. And it's very exciting sounds, I have to say. And the ship starts to rumble, and you just hear echoing oinking throughout the whole room. It's happy oinks. You know what happy oinking sounds like, right?
I hate this sound. Keep making it.
Okay. And so, over the most prominent oinking is coming from the main area where you have the control panel in the back, right over here. So Patrick is like, "Boy, where are we going?
Wait, you
Which
know
button
how to
should I be
fly this
pushing?"
ship?
Is he a leprechaun or is he from New York City?
Holy shit. I think he knows how to fly the ship. You can stay.
I mean, like,
Is my voice better now?
I can hear you a little
You
bit.
sound-
It's still, I can at least understand you.
I can't. You
That?
sound like you're talking into a microphone, which is then talking into another microphone. It's like,
It's a
times two
bathtub
static.
microphone. It's like in the bathtub.
yes.
In a tin
But
can.
I am able to understand you. You're not cutting out, so that's at least progress.
Will you take cutting out or will you take talking through a pair of tops?
I think talking through a pair of socks works fine.
This is the best we're gonna get until I move out of this place. So.
Yeah, no, it works for me. I'll just turn you up a little bit so I hear you more. All right, so what are you guys doing? The leprechaun's over there. He's jumping up and down. He's like, "Oi, oi, where are we going?"
Away! Get us away from this little town. It's horrible. I hate it.
Didn't
Let's
we have
get
to
it.
bring a guy to a place? My
What'd
character
you-
looked around, wondering where the guy was. Like the guy who
Oh,
runs the
right.
dungeon.
Map. You have a map.
Okay. And then can you guys roll perception?
I could try. Maximum effort. Okay.
right. So Grace with a 13. We've got Necron. All right, so Necron, you when you put up the heart, you saw that there's a keyhole inside the heart, and you are aware that it would fit the key that you picked up. Remember the one that fell out of the guidebooks, like the pile of VHS videos that Grace got.
I wonder if this will make it explode.
All right, and then you got it, Shell. You noticed the key as well. You noticed when he picked it up, and you saw the keyhole. You are aware that those things would fit together.
He totally does. And he really does say, I wonder if this will blow us all up.
Okay.
Yeah, and I say I sure hope so.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it. My character jumps up and down but has no idea what's going on.
Grace is less snippy and assholeish and more just end my suffering.
So,
Rick is more emo.
Rex, are you gonna roll?
I can.
Yeah, you can. Come on, play.
I don't know, I just feel kind of dumb. But perception.
I have to give Jigsaw. Oh, okay. I won't. Okay.
All right, you know. So you and Grace know that there's a leprechaun pointing over and asking for a card with directions for travel. He's like, "Boy, we just need a cartridge. It goes in here, eh?"
Grace is just thinking, God, taxi drivers used to be so much nicer where I'm from. A lot taller too.
Now the cake shop guy. Is the cake shop guy still on our ship?
Yeah, bud.
Yeah, he is.
Does he want to go somewhere, or is he just like snoozing in the corner?
I don't know.
Pushing out the door.
He's like, guys, I really appreciate the ride. You mind dropping me off back home?
No, remember he's an NPC to make cakes on the ship.
Oh, wait. No. He was.
Yeah, Bud said he's staying on the ship.
No, that's
to make
Bud's
cakes.
character. Okay, so remember, you guys took the person who was in charge of the Church of Swine for a ride out here. He's been waiting for you guys. He's just over in the corner waiting. Luckily, he hasn't found all the corpses in your fridge.
Oh, that would be bad, wouldn't it?
So he asked for a ride back home.
Where's home?
The town you guys just came from.
But I feel like the cake
You mean the
shop
guy who
guy.
was driving the ship for us, the priest?
Yeah, the priest. He was just pushing the button to walk it up the street, right? Remember?
Oh, so you want to leave him in front of his congregation as a broken man, or fly him to the other side of the planet and let him out?
Broken man.
All right, now the question is, Necron saying, do we show all of them that their religion is a lie?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And then
We'll make your religion.
Patrick's like, I don't care where we go, but I just want to push this here button. Come on.
But no, what I'm referring to is earlier there was a guy who ran a cake store, and he was like, I'll help you get the pig heart if you bring me somewhere.
Yes. Both of them are in the ship.
There's
Okay.
the pig heart guy.
So they're both together. We had the guy who brought you over to the church. He runs the cake and car factory. And you have the priest from the Church of Swine who showed you where to get the relic. Remember, you had the mission to go and move the ship away so that the cake and car guy could finally get some business.
Oh, so we're just moving the ship. That you don't have to.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so, yeah, so they're basically, the cake guy was the main one. He's saying, just take me back to the factory, and I'd love to see you off. You can have as much cake as you want.
Hey, guys, can I talk to you in the other room for a moment?
You gonna take him in the walk-in fridge with all the corpses?
No, I want to talk to the guy. I want to talk to the crew, like the rest of the party, without guy hearing me.
Okay. So there's only one other room. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, we'll go over there.
Yeah, let's all file
All right. So everyone goes into the walk-in fridge over here with the corpses.
It's full of corpses.
All right, guys. Here's my plan.
All right, and then the Patrick comes in. Oi, what are we talking about?
Oh, it's secrets. 'Cause those guys can't do it. But you...
Nice. I like secrets.
Okay, so we all know that the priest is very broken about this religion he invented being fake. We also owe the cake maker some money. So I say we kill the cake maker, blame it on the priest's madness of finding out his religion is fake, and then dump him in the body with the people and just leave!
I highly object to this.
The leprechaun,
Well, fine, then you come up with a plan.
leprechaun's like,
He
well,
just
I'm pretty
dropped
sure
them off.
I remember hearing that when you were talking to him, he was offering you cake. Just saying. This ship runs on cake.
I like free
Well,
cake.
we'll make him into cake.
We'll make him into cake. More people cake.
Everyone,
Cake out of even
everyone's
flesh.
happy.
That's it. I have no qualms with fucking with that priest.
Okay, 3 against 2. Let's go.
Counter proposal. What if we make
Fuck
the
it.
priest into cake, and we get free cake from the cake guy?
But I agree with Necron's plan. It sounds like Patrick agrees, so it's 3 on 2.
What?
But
I'm kidding. I'm
He's
kidding.
super low for me.
I'm not sure my character has a vote
I had to turn him up.
per se.
So, all right. Patrick,
Oh, shit.
Patrick's like, well, this was really fun. I'm gonna go wait to push a button. Then he walks out and he just stands at the panel.
I say let's ruin the lives of cult members because the only religion is money. And you know, praying to my patron.
So nuclear fire. What do you mean your pawn's legs were blown off? All right, so you guys are still in the closet with the dead things. Just saying. Whenever you want to get out of there, just let me know.
I will leave the closet
Okay.
after caressing one of the cheeks of the dead things.
Okay. And can you roll stealth for how good a whisperer you were?
No, Jesus. All of us are just Necron.
Just Necron. He was the one talking.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, cool. All right, so you guys go out, and what are you guys gonna do? Seems like there's a possible plan of killing the cake maker and framing the priest, or
I have a better idea.
dropping
I
off
have a
the cake maker and priest, or any
We could
variation
just-
thereof.
We could just leave in space, both of them. I'm kidding, guys.
I have Necron, I have an idea that might be up your alley. Convince the priest to kill the cake maker because the heralds of the pig god say so.
But he doesn't believe in
or
the pig
because
god.
he
Yeah,
knows.
Kind of ruin his religion.
You could convince him
that.
because he knows.
Oh my god. Can anybody hear?
That.
Oh wow, that's yo, I love you. That's amazing.
We can stay friends, but okay.
At this point, fuck it, do it.
Can anybody-
Yeah.
Grace is turning to the something dark side.
Well, this is lawful evil. As long as it works in her favor, you know, it's fine. But yeah, let's do that. Let's convince the cult to kill the cake maker, and then we'll push them both out as we fly away.
I could make a zombie say, the pig god said if you kill the cake man, you'll be allowed into pig god heaven. And this has all been a test. Yes, I like it.
Yes, this is great. This is great.
I'll be right back.
What's a leprechaun-y thing to say when you're feeling impatience?
Hurry the fuck up!
Hurry the fuck up!
Talk about having short patience.
Short patience. Oh shit, that was a leprechaun joke.
Okay.
I'm gonna animate one of the zombies and have it tell the priest that the pig god brought him back to life, and this has all been a test, and if he murders the cake maker, especially with a cake knife, he'll be allowed into pig.
Animal really don't like.
Oh yeah, he has to take credit for the murder publicly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Animal really don't like, so we really have to like work at it.
Can we say that I sewed some pig ears to the zombie's head to make it more believable? Because that sounds awful.
Sure, go ahead and roll performance.
Where did you get figures? What?
You know what? We're just fashioning them out of extra flesh. It doesn't matter.
There you go.
Yeah, it's attached the zombie's nose in a little bit, so it looks
I mean-
like snout.
It's Necron. I'm sure he's got a bag of skin. All right, you did a metal job, okay? You took some skin from the dungeon, and you crafted it, or you just took it from one of the other zombies. I mean, it's no big deal. They're pretty
Yeah,
fresh. They're
and
only a day old.
I did good.
Snorts a little while it talks.
so Necron's in the fridge performing. Patrick Thomas Wagon is impatiently demanding to be able to push the button.
If you can push the button,
I have a feeling that Grace would be in there plotting the evil too. It just seems appropriate.
Yeah, I'd be here. Yep.
Shell,
I'd be
are you in there as well?
She's watching because she heard there would be cool magic-y stuff.
All right, cool. So you guys are all in there. Meredith, you and Patrick are together. What are we talking about?
Did you know that the inside of a person has this long intestine
Okay.
you can wear as like a belt or a
We
rope?
can talk about. So, where are you from?
Oh, I come from a long ways off, Missy. Oh, at the other end of the rainbow, some would say.
Other end of the rainbow, you say?
Yeah,
Is that something-
you know about that fancy talk that people say. It's true. It's true. I would never lie to you.
that,
Right.
Slang for an asylum?
Okay.
What was that?
Is that slang for an asylum?
Unfortunately,
That's
you're
right.
not here to interrogate my character. You are making pig ears.
We're discussing the practical applications of wearing intestines as a belt.
That's perfect. Okay, so then we. Yeah, I'd be like, where are you from, Missy? I'd
From
love
the
to know
mountains.
more about you and those big bear arms you got.
There are.
You know, like you look real strong.
The bear, because like you have a.
Remember,
sleeveless shirt
he's got a strength of 6. He's like super scrawny.
Right. I'm from the mountains. I come from far off. Far, far off. And I was whisked away by a massive darkness and thrown into this.
Are you the type of dwarf that is bearded as a female?
No!
Damn it!
Oh,
That
come
is a
on!
thing.
All dwarfs are bearded.
Why? Why would you even ask that?
No,
That
that's
is
a
a real thing.
that's a
indeed.
common like
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
no.
that is
Have
No.
softer,
That's normal.
but still visible beards.
No.
Yeah.
No.
okay.
I'm not one of those.
That's why I was asking.
But unlike
Sorry.
men, women are allowed to shave their beard without being shamed.
Hey, Nuclear Fire,
No.
is it a pawn for checkers
ways,
or
it's
for
technically
chess,
better to be a
or is it a
female.
different pawn? All right, so okay, I mean that's very nice, very nice. It's good to meet you. Can I feel those strong arms of yours?
Sure.
Jesus.
I flex.
And he
Flex down.
runs his fingers across the flexing muscles. Oh, those look dangerous. Dangerous.
They are. I smashed a bug into a ceiling once just by swinging my hammer upwards, and it just smashed it, and it stuck for 2 turns. It was very exciting.
I tell you what,
Starting something off.
it's very exciting just to hear about it. All right, you guys done in the closet?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And
All
if
right.
he's coming out. So as I was saying, if you're going to use them as a rope, empty out the intestines first. You have no idea how bad it smells.
Yeah.
Gotcha, Nuclear Fire.
Necron, if there's anything that goes wrong, let me lie to him. I can lie better. I mean,
Sure. It's all you.
In regards to the intestines, my character says, "My dad showed me how to do that once. You get a bunch of water and you can rinse it all out."
Oh, kind of. But first you do this.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You blow them up like a balloon, and then you
Get all
watch
the
them.
duty out.
All right, so the folks in the corner, they're like, "Hey, what you guys been talking about? It's been a while. We've just kind of been sitting here. Are we heading home anytime soon?"
I might have been lying to you earlier.
Wait,
Doug,
which
what?
one of the guys?
He walks away in shame and just lets the zombie come out on his own.
Okay. All right, you go ahead and control the zombie.
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah, it's your zombie. This is
The
your
zombie
harebrained
walks
scheme.
Oi! Oi!
You have been infested by the pig god!
Oi! 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 Oi!
Only in the face of ultimate lies did you despair, and even then,
Oi! 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 You will brains. You wish that it would be real. For that, the pig god will reward you. In a place in piggy heaven. But first, you have to prove your loyalty. You have to kill the cake maker with a cake knife and publicly take credit for it.
Roll persuasion.
Yep. Roll persuasion at a -5.
Alright, I got the zombies back.
20.
Natural
A
20.
fucking natural 20. All right. The only way that this will fail is if I get a 20, and I did not. And then the priest he rushes forward and hugs the shrine lord, we'll call it.
I start self-flagellating while I'm watching this.
Okay.
Screaming,
He's
I
like,
stop
I knew this was just a test. And like as his tears are going down, you can tell they're kind of like floating on top of the layer of grease that coats the guy. Yeah, he rushes over to the fridge and pulls out the pig grease from it and just starts rubbing it on himself to soothe himself. And then, yeah, and then he, I guess, what are normal human traits? I guess we'll do a battle real quick.
An average human with no character has like 5 hit points.
All right, cool. We're gonna see how this goes.
Meaning it is technically possible for you to punch them to death with 1 hit.
I mean, yeah, if you hit somebody in the right place, you can kill them in 1 punch.
That's the point.
All right, so this would be
The 1 punch cultist.
what would it be called? A peasant?
Yeah, peasant.
Nope. Let's see here.
3.5 actually had classes like baker and politician.
I love how we're orchestrating the downfall of a cult. Or I guess the proliferation of a cult.
It would be the proliferation. Yeah, this is.
And we're gonna be the like the angels to the pig god. I guess we're the devils.
You know, fun fact, guys. Some interesting D&D information about how the god system works. All you need to become a deity is to have a certain number of people worshiping you as a deity, and it's possible for it
to like turn into a real thing.
Yeah, like if we got this entire planet to recognize us as gods and actually worship us in a real church, there's a way to make it so we could get our first level in deific power that way.
Interesting. All right, I'll make them both be guards.
However, technically, once you become a god, you're no longer allowed to level as a mortal, so you can't like level as your class anymore. If that would happen.
So we'd be stuck at level 5.
Whatever it was at, yeah. I've been in a couple god campaigns, and they're fun, but man, it's different.
All right, we've got the baker technician and the priest of pork. Okay.
I like that name.
All right, they're both green to you guys, but they're not green to each other. All right, Hairbrain Screams is an excellent game developer. They're behind the Shadowrun games and Battletech games. Nice of you to mention them as well as Access.
I think we would like Paranoia sometime. This group seems like they would enjoy that game a lot.
I think we would do really well with Cthulhu games as well, just since we tend to play
I
shit
would be a
so
master
dark.
at that because I'm already paranoid at everything in this game.
Yeah, I feel like we're already so fucking dark that it would work out well.
And I've been yelled at for telling stories that give children nightmares, so this is perfect.
All right, so cool.
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
Nuclear Fire says the Imperium of Man wants to know your location. Okay, so the baker technician, or the priest of Porcos, he goes over to the table and he grabs a cake serving, like one of those serving triangle things. Okay,
Just a cake serving knife.
yeah. All right,
Those are pretty dull.
okay, and let's see here. Let's see if this guy like starts getting clued in. This guy's being creepy as fuck now. Well, actually, he probably heard that whole thing. Honestly, because it was done right in front of him. So I think that, like, all right, he's gonna be like, hey.
The question is, does he realize that we are orchestrating the meat puppet, or does he just think that this is some weird ass zombie from God knows where?
All right, he's like, are you guys gonna help me?
We don't get involved in local politics.
Why'd you go?
He's still beating himself.
Oh, gotcha.
My character doesn't know what's going on. It says, help you with what?
All right, let's see. Defecation is an engine that runs on belief. What? Defecation is an engine that runs on belief?
Deification.
Oh, deification.
Jesus Christ.
He read it as defecation.
I know that.
Yes, it is. The more followers you have, that's true, actually. It is.
Oh, Is it just me, or did you shit yourself?
No, it's just you. You shit yourself.
Okay. All right. So he's like, "Oh, what's going on?" Right? He's like, "No, blah 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 blah." Okay. And then they start fighting each other, and the priest of pork, he says, "I'm sorry. This is for my Lord and Savior." And he goes,
Everyone's Irish now?
"Everyone's Irish."
The pig
God
ship is
damn.
Irish. You are Irish.
Jesus Christ.
Irish
But yeah,
sounds.
you heard the zombie. Whoever wins becomes a herald of the Lord.
Apparently. It's like, I don't believe in that schmut.
Well, believe it or you're gonna die.
All
All
right.
things I'm actually saying.
All right. The baker the baker is backed into the corner, and the priest of pork, he's up against him. And
No, wait, don't. What are
We're
you
just
doing?
kind of half-hearted about it.
Kill somebody? That's terrible.
so
Fight for your Lord.
Meredith, do
Prove that
you
you love
really
them with
think
death.
you would let your character would let this go down? Like,
Probably not.
she's a fucking paladin. Like, this seems really
Yeah.
out of
this is
character
really
that you wouldn't be
immoral.
like doing something about this. I mean, everyone else is having fun, but I'm just saying, like,
I'm kind of like,
My character 100% has no idea what's going on.
I say screw it, and can I block it? What do I need to do to block it?
yeah, you just have to move over there.
Wouldn't you as a paladin appreciate that the priest is doing anything his Lord says?
Yeah, that's why. Well, I mean, yeah, but like, it's also the morality of him killing someone. There's got to be a fine
Morality
line.
is motive.
Well, I guess
Okay,
the question is,
it
are
is.
you aware that it's not actually for his god, right? Like,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's why I'm like,
you
I'm
are.
like-
So I feel like
You didn't go out of the freezer with us, though.
I feel like the only explanation as to what has happened
I
so far
was
is
in
that
the
your
beginning,
character is
and then I moved
depressed.
All right. I'm just.
wait, how do I stop?
how do you what?
I blocked it.
Well, you hadn't gone there to block it yet. You're there to block the next set of throws. They're not dead yet, so even if they kill each other, you're welcome to like bring them back and like.
I can't. I don't have the skills for it.
What do you mean?
I don't have that. I don't have the.
You have healing.
I have healing. I don't have revive. So if one dies, they die.
Yeah, but that's the permadeath part, which still, it's the same way that when someone was knocked unconscious, you've brought them back multiple times. So these guys aren't capable of killing each other. It would be like a slow and painful death. Like they'd have to keep on hitting each other with spoons for quite a while before they were dead. Just saying. All right, so Patrick's turn, and he's like, "Oi! Oi! Come on, I'm ready to push the button." Shell, what do you do?
We have to finish. This is a personal matter. Let them finish.
My character does not know what's going on. It passes the turn. Can you do that thing where you pass the turn, but you can still take an action?
But you
if
gotta say
something
what you would do.
happens? Okay, that'll just pass my turn.
All right, Grace, you doing anything? Just watching?
I'm just, just saying that, like, as a paladin, you should understand doing anything for your lord. You kill people. Why can't he kill someone for his lord?
Yeah. Oh, are you doing a
Trying to
persuasion?
antagonize me
Oh,
right now?
no, persuade
Or-
Meredith.
or
Roll
mis-
persuasion.
And then
That's
can
persuasion. Roll
I-
persuasion. You can do a counter. All right, roll a counter, Meredith. Charisma
What's my
save.
counter? Charisma?
Charisma save.
Fuck. Okay. Where's... Oh,
All right, in
wait.
Baldur's Gate 2, they showed really well how when D,
Boom.
in this case, Amateur
Yeah,
loses
bloody
enough
liar.
followers, they
You
become
know he's
super.
lying.
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting to.
I mean, I'm not lying, but I can understand that you might not appreciate it.
Yeah, okay. So you're not convinced entirely, Meredith. He made a very persuasive argument, but you made a very persuasive counter argument in your mind.
what's your counter argument? I want to know.
Yeah, what was your counter argument in your mind? Huh? Meredith, it's your turn. You can even counter argument.
You can convince him.
No, I'm gonna stop the guy.
All right, what are you doing? You gonna do a grapple? You gonna grapple the
yeah.
priest of pork?
Oh god, I don't want to touch him.
Not
Okay,
yet.
well,
Wait,
let-
wait,
just
wanna hug?
Oh, kids want hugs. That's so cute.
Buddy.
Anyway, you could
Make
try
sure
to
close
persuade
that
him
behind you.
Hey, dude.
to stop
Hi,
attacking.
Eric
kid.
says hey. So
Oh, he's
does
adorable.
Rex is a girl. She's a real girl
Oh,
on the internet.
A real internet girl.
A real internet girl, kawaii desu.
Zorak says my child's a lumberjack and he's okay. You're right. He is pretty okay.
All
right, so you do so you're gonna try and grapple the priest of pork?
no,
Or
he's
persuasion,
covered in
you can
fucking
convince him
slime.
not to kill people.
Yeah, I try to persuade him to like
Okay.
calm down.
All right, so what do you
Every
say?
time she starts talking, I start screaming over her.
Okay, so roll persuasion with disadvantage. All right,
Shit.
well, he didn't even hear you.
So,
Yeah, it's like your counter roll. Yeah, it was not heard, and you were unwilling to touch the greasy guy. So you'll have to wait till next round. All right, the baker technician. He's like, come on, just leave me alone. I'll give you cake, and he misses. He's just really not a fighter.
What are you doing? Oh, it's so terrible. Don't kill him.
No, no, guy.
It's just your god. Don't listen to him.
Here, the priest of pork. I'm sorry. This isn't the first time my god has asked me to kill.
Well then. This is A plus.
Hey, Gandhi, I want to prepare something.
You want to prepare something?
Yeah, I'm gonna write the word sucker on a little note and seal it into a little envelope. And when he leaves, I plan on giving it to him and telling him, having the zombie give it to him and say, "Your God says to open this after you confess."
No, let him keep. Oh no, let him. I want to become a deity. Let him do whatever he can do.
Oh, well, we could probably only. Okay, all right. So you put
Zorak,
your hand on your shoulder. You're like, "No, we're gonna keep using him." And I'm like,
Yeah,
Oh,
perfect
okay.
opportunity to gain ultimate power.
he's the priest of shrine. So he, or the priest of pork, he coats everything he loves and worships in pig
Every
grease.
character shouldn't, though. They should probably have a lot of knowledge for that kind of thing.
But I'm totally down with leaving him there and growing this cult as our own personal,
Thing.
Yeah, and I just appeal to your want and need for causing more pain. With more people following the pork deity and us, the more people you can cause to cause themselves pain.
Well then, follow my lead.
All right,
And then I'm
Necron,
gonna
it's
go.
your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna secretly whisper a prayer to my goddess, letting her know this is all fake. Fall to my knees and go, I fall to the pig god! I've been wrong all these years! All hail his piggy goodness!
Praise be the death in the name of the pig lord.
I hey avle uye piggy!
I kind of like turn and look at them baffled, like, what the fuck?
All right, roll performance, Necron.
Your character is at least as confused as mine.
Because I know it's fake, and I'm just like, what the fuck are y'all on about?
I'll wink it at Rex's character
Alright.
if she makes eye contact with me.
Okay.
And if he does succeed, I'm going to be offended. Like,
All right. So
super offended.
performance check. So anyone who wants to disbelieve that Necron believes in the Church of Swine needs to roll a counter charisma check.
I mean, can't
I
we
feel
just...
like understanding religion might be
You
above
you
my
only need to
character,
roll it
but,
if you care.
Yeah, I mean,
all
I
the
trust
characters
Necron
system,
and this plan, so he can say whatever he wants.
All right,
I'll go with
Meredith, you just
Go
barely
online.
succeed at disbelieving his performance. Shell,
I'm pretty sure Grace is part of the scam, so he would know it's bullshit.
Shell, you
Yeah, I
completely
definitely know
believe
what's going on.
you completely believe that Necron just changed religions in front of you. Super convincing performance. You're like, oh wow.
Again, I'm not entirely sure she comprehends any of his
No,
religious
but I
beliefs.
mean, like, you totally believe whatever he just said. You're like, that is 100% true. He wouldn't lie. He just taught me how to get shit out of intestines. He's a nice guy.
I would accept that. Like, whatever he's talking about, it's probably correct.
All right. I guess Patrick. Sure, Patrick will see if he's onto this shit.
It's a bit like if a horse had to roll charisma to understand that you've changed religions. I don't think it knows that you changed religions, but maybe it trusts that whatever it is you're saying, it's
All right,
weird.
Patrick
probably accurate.
Patrick knows exactly what's going on, and he approves this message. And he's like, "Oi, the swine god! Porky McPorkhamstuck!"
Some leprechauns just want to watch the world burn.
All right, Shell, your turn. You gonna do anything? You just watching?
Actually, nice.
My character still doesn't know what's going on or what to do about it, so
Cool.
I pass my turn again.
Grace, you got anything to
I'd like
add?
to tip my hand and say, you guys as players can win her to your side relatively easily.
Like, how about if I say to Shell, like, what I typed in the chat, like, Invisible Pig Dad wants the priest to kill the cake man to make him happy. Don't you want Pig Dad to be happy?
Pig Dad?
Yeah, because does Shell understand what a god is? If not, I'll just say, like, Invisible Pig Dad.
Oh, I heard Pig Dad. Yeah, I think she would still understand what a god is. I think like religions are prevalent enough that it's not.
Okay, well, the pig god wants the his follower to kill the cake man to make him happy, and we all agree. So
We all agree minus a very not agreeing paladin and a very ambivalent Shell.
All right,
yeah,
Meredith.
But, just like Meredith, kills for her god.
I guess here, Grace, you need to persuade the small child that this is a good thing. That's what you're trying to do right now. So roll persuasion.
I'm not sure I'd try to persuade her it's a good thing so much as give her something to do and she'll probably do it.
Just watch and cheer them on.
Remember, you got the little Christmas tree thing for prize.
Just watch and cheer him on.
Cheer him on. This is a pretty complicated order to give to my small child character. You may want to make some kind of persuasive roll. Oh, it's 25. Holy crap. Okay.
Okay. So, all right. So what's your roll?
Which
I rolled 25.
All right. Cool. Shell, he makes a very good argument. You agree.
Okay.
Yep. Cheer him on.
Sorry, Kung Fu Kiss fighting with my mother.
My character goes, yeah, you can do
No
it.
worries. Meredith, it's your turn. What are you gonna do? How will you turn the tides of murder?
I tried to persuade them, like, no, this is bullshit.
You're like literally,
Persuade
you're
me or persuade
literally
them?
the only like not quite evil character
damn
in
it.
the whole party. All right, are
I
you
say
attempting
bullshit.
to
That's all I
counter
say.
the persuasion as well?
What?
All I say.
Are you attempting to interfere with her attempt to persuade again?
Absolutely.
All right, go ahead.
It's gonna be one of those days, isn't it?
I mean, you chose the only like true good character in the entire party, so.
Good is relative.
It's just as hard being the only evil person in a party of good people.
Yeah, it's just a tough proposition.
Yep.
All right, so we got
Do I need
attributes
to roll?
here. One sec. I need to go to the Priest of Pork and roll his save.
Do I need to roll persuasion to help to convince the priest?
Oh no, the priest is not convinced. The priest still wants to do the bidding of his god. The baker technician, he's honestly, I feel like he would try and run. So.
Hold him down.
He's on a spaceship, though. I wish him luck with that.
I mean, there's still a door.
Yeah.
You guys aren't in the air.
Oh.
All right,
The
so
door opens.
I guess if you want traffic,
this is
you should,
a
launch.
how do you handle attack opportunities? It's just an attack, right? And whether or not a miss or a hit.
An attack of opportunity?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a single attack.
All right, and he hits and takes him out. All right, so he starts to run, and the priest of pork lunges on his back and shoves the spoon of delivering cake into the back of the man's neck, and just kind of shifts it around, and now he's repeatedly stabbing, or he's about to. I mean, if we're still in combat.
I get a defeated look on my face, like.
All right, the priest of pork. Yeah, so the priest of pork now goes in, and he's just gonna hit him again. All right, and then. Yeah, so he's just like slowly decapitating the guy with a spoon right now.
The zombie's like, that's enough.
Wait, can I stop him?
I mean,
Is there a way I can stop him and use healing hands on the dying guy?
But yeah, it's Necron's turn right now. Necron, what are you doing?
Is the other guy dead yet?
Yeah, he's unconscious. He's just getting stabbed repeatedly in the back of the neck right now with the spoon.
I'll tell the leprechaun he can fly the ship back to the cake spot, and once we drop these guys off, we can leave and he can push the button.
He's like, I was waiting to push the button, thank ya! And he pushes the button, and then the spaceship goes... And up in the air you are! And almost instantly, you hear it go... And it's landed.
Wow, that was fast. I guess it is a spaceship, and we're traveling across the planet.
So, Patrick's like... I guess we would say one more turn is passing during that entire transition. Anyone who wants to move is going to have to roll for whether or not they fall on their face. Shell, you doing anything?
Nope, passed my turn.
Grace, you doing anything?
No, I got a plan, so no, I'm good.
Meredith, you doing anything?
Just I tried to heal the guy.
Okay, so you want to try and move over there, pull the priest of pork off of the back of the baker to get him to stop stabbing the spoon in the back of the guy's neck repeatedly, and then do lay on hands.
Yeah.
You're gonna heal the corpse?
I mean, he hasn't. The damage hasn't exceeded the instant death.
There's a big difference between mostly dead and entirely
He's mostly dead right now, like Wesley in that one scene. All right, so I'm playing him the same way you would play a regular player character, right?
Okay, so do I need to use strength in order to get him off?
Yep, grapple him off.
That would technically give him an attack of opportunity.
Against her, right?
Yeah, for entering and touching him during, as a threatened act.
Yeah, let's see here. This is, Alright, but he fails. Even though you only got a 10. And so, with your big, strong dwarf arms, you pull him off and you throw him behind you. And what do you do next?
Lay on hands.
What do you say while you lay on hands? What's the thing you would say to your god or goddess?
Please fucking work.
The most jaded paladin I've ever met.
Yes! Victory, thank you! I pray to my god.
Victory, thank you! Oh, okay, go ahead and run your lay on hands.
I did. I healed him for 11.
Okay, well, he's fully healed. So, what sound
And
does
then
his,
I tried to block
what sound
him.
does his neck make when it's unbreaking? Can you make that sound for me, Meredith?
It sounds like sloshing, but like basically.
Yeah,
and then like a
and like
Oh God!
And now exactly how do you plan on explaining the situation?
I got this.
Okay.
I know
Can we
exactly-
kill her or throw her off the ship?
Do I
don't
beat your
want to
asses into the ceiling? Because I can do it.
Epic civil war.
What makes your murder? What makes your murder just when this man's murder for his god isn't? Hmm?
There's a difference between needless killing and protection killing. If I have to defend myself against you lot, I will.
Roll
In the name
intimidation.
of my lord.
Yeah, you gotta roll intimidation, Rex. You're trying to intimidate the whole party too, and we're almost all charisma builds.
Oh, and remember, my character's masochistic, so a threat of violence and pain would make him more willing to do it.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh, that sounds like lots of fun.
Bring it on, cowboy.
Ship, can you turn off all the oxygen and kill all of us?
All right, you've swayed
crap.
Patrick. Patrick has no interest in you punching him. All right, what about Shell? Shell, roll a charisma save.
I mean, I can. Joe wasn't like Joe likes a fight or whatever, but these are friends. So she's not intimidated, but she also doesn't perceive this as a threat towards her because she's not threatening Meredith.
Okay. Now, Grace.
And I'm not intending to fight either. Or
Grace,
anything
roll
like
charisma
that.
save.
Okay. I was not intending to fight or anything like that.
All right, you're not intimidated. All right, your go, Necron.
Is that just, she said charisma, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charisma saving throw.
All right, you're not
Oh, crap.
intimidated either. All right, so appropriately, Grace and Necron are not swayed from their original evil plan, but Patrick and Shell are not interested in fighting Meredith. A nuclear fire says this is very kinky.
I'm gonna cast, I want to cast a spell.
Okay.
I want to cast Guiding Bolt on the cake guy on the floor.
Okay.
Can
Come-
I try to deflect it? Fuck.
No, it's a spell. It's just me casting.
Well, it's the baker's. It's actually the baker's turn first, and I think he's
Okay.
going to continue to try and run away, which will create another attack of opportunity. But you're in a position where you could attempt to block it, Rex. So, I assume that's what you would do in this case.
Yeah.
So I get an attack of opportunity as he tries to run.
He is not within your range. But okay, so the pre-support misses, and the Baker technician goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's gonna full sprint. Obviously, he's gonna use his whole turn for it. 6, 7, 8. All right, so he's at the door. It's not open yet.
Also, aren't we in the air?
He's gonna have to push the door and activate it, which will take a full turn.
Okay.
Actually,
So
now
is
that
that
he's
locked or
at it,
anything?
take a
I would
different act.
imagine we locked the door.
He used both of his actions to get there because he sprinted there.
I cast Hold Person on him.
Okay, yeah, Win, it's your turn.
It is. Oh, I thought it was my. Okay, sorry.
No, it's the pre-support. He's gonna try and rush past you. Rex, are you gonna do something? You have an attack
Block.
opportunity. All right,
Can I
grapple.
stop her from blocking him?
Wonderful.
You could try and do. You can try and stop it, but that would consume your turn, which is about to occur.
Okay, no, I'll wait then.
Okay,
How do I?
just do a strength check.
God, I hope this works.
Like we could have done a whole dungeon,
just
but this is kind of fun too.
Just
This is
wondering,
more
Rex,
fun than a dungeon.
where does your character see this conflict scaling to?
Mine?
No, I'm asking Rex as a paladin because they generally like to look ahead like that. So, where do you see this scaling to? If you win the fight and stop us from killing it, I'm wondering as a player how far this is going to go. Because our characters, I think Grace and I would end up killing her.
I-
Well,
and I'll end up defending. Honestly, I just want it to stop and just for them to go and live on their lives. I didn't.
You're gonna have a really hard time playing this good character in an evil game. It'll be fun, but this will probably happen.
Yeah.
Just know it's not personal.
Yeah,
I know it's not.
that's all we're
I
establishing.
have no objection to this fight situation. That
But
is
if I have to
happening.
constantly keep fighting with you guys, that's gonna create problems.
It takes almost no effort for you to win my character.
Well,
over
so-
your side.
Rex,
That's not my main problem.
Just-
I have
just
two
pick
people
a-
trying to pretty much contradict the entire thing every
I
time.
understand,
Well,
but
I just mean if you're afraid that they're going to kill your character, you can enlist my character as a bodyguard fairly easily.
like almost everyone in the party is neutral or lawful evil.
I'm chaotic evil.
Yeah, so like my leprechaun is neutral evil. You're like, we've got a chaotic evil necromancer, and we have a lawful evil Grace, and then we have a chaotic neutral Shell.
It's like a ship full of Captain Planet villains.
Yeah, really it is. And then one captain, and then you have one Captain Planet, which is Meredith.
Yeah, and the kid with heart and all the villains.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have his ring.
Okay,
But I'm
so
okay
so
with this
you
because-
successfully grappled the Priest of Pork. You've got him completely at bay, and now it is Necron's turn. So what do you do, Necron?
I'm gonna cast Hold Person on the guy that's trying to escape. Actually, no, fuck that. I'm just gonna cast Guarding Bolt and try to kill him.
Okay,
Can I tell him to just let him go? Just let it be?
you can try and persuade again.
Like, for me, like, honestly, other than, like, killing people is bad, why do you want him to live? Or if killing
I
people
say
is
let
bad,
him leave.
she's a
Just
paladin.
let him.
You're gonna have to
I'm
use
a
like an
paladin. Let him
evil,
leave.
logical reason, right? Like something that would benefit them is the only way you'd be able to persuade them. And if you have high charisma, you would understand that. You'd be able to take advantage of that, right? So
Wait, I tried to persuade. Oh god
yeah,
damn it!
you try to persuade, but he did he hasn't done the
20.
damage for it yet. Do the counter, Necron. That was her, because her second part of her action was to
persuade
Okay,
you
so
to
from where
stop
I'm
and
sitting-
let
what's
go.
wrong?
From
Would
where
you
I'm
like
sitting,
to?
There you go.
Wait,
Right.
she already acted. Can she act again and try to stop me from casting my spell while she
Well,
has
no,
someone
she would have to do that when her turn's coming up here. So
Okay,
she can
I mean, I'm
convince you
casting the
that it's
spell.
okay for her to bring him back again.
I can't do lay on hands again.
But you have other
You
things.
also probably did that
No,
kill
that's
him?
the only thing I have. Oh no, I can do it. Oh,
All right,
okay.
so
wait,
go
I
ahead
can.
and roll your damage. Your attack succeeded, so roll the damage for Guiding Bolt. All right,
God damn it!
so, and the baker technician falls down unconscious next to the door, and his hand as he falls hits the button that opens the door, and he goes, "Have a nice day."
Okay. Whose turn
And
is
the
it?
door swooshes open, and you guys are right in front of the church.
Oh my god! The fanatic has murdered him!
No,
I
God
squeeze
damn
the
it!
door open.
Lutheran says, "Use fire, make some bacon."
And I say to the guy, I'm like, don't worry, we'll give you credit for it, buddy.
Meredith,
Meredith did try to persuade us before that, though.
Did what?
I tried. I
Like,
have to wait for my turn in order to move. I have to wait for my turn.
She
in order to
stopped the
move.
priest of pork who was next to her, but she wasn't able to stop Necron from killing him with a spell.
Oh, was she not allowed to roll persuasion during the same turn as she?
I did.
It
roll
wasn't
persuasion,
actually
but
her
he ignored
turn.
it.
I only
Yeah, it
allowed
was
it
my
because of
turn.
the fact that she happened to be right there, so she could do a grapple check on stopping the other person, which consumed half of her next turn.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So,
if I can talk for a second.
sure.
Meredith, from where I'm sitting, you know, I don't want to start a fight between player characters and shit like that. If you have a reason other than killing people is bad, that you don't want this guy to die, feel free to say it, and, like, not even in character, just, like, say what your reason is why you think that not killing him would be more fun than killing him.
Yeah,
Or
it's
you
gotta
know,
be.
Yeah, but otherwise, this confrontation we're doing now will consume the rest of the session if we want to.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to start a
So I'm
fight.
saying
but
like we should play
It's
with
unnecessary.
or we should let it go right now.
Meredith's point of view is it's completely unnecessary, completely unethical. There was no reason for it and no bias. Like you had no reason to start this.
I
From
absolutely
Meredith's
agree.
perspective.
I
Yeah.
absolutely agree.
So
You make so much sense.
they're having fun with it from that perspective. All right, and
Yeah,
Grace,
that's really
Grace has a side angle that he wants to like take over this whole swine worshipping thing so that he can become a minor deity.
That's the lawful
Well,
But I don't want to
Character.
be permanently left at level 5. That would suck.
It takes a long time to get enough followers to actually become a proper deity.
You need like over 10,000 people. It's something insane.
Plus, he would have to sway them to believe he was actually the god, right?
They have
So
to be true believers, not just fanatics.
yeah,
This isn't even me wanting to be a god. This is, that sounded funny and useful, and from a character point of view, these peasants believing I'm a herald of their deity is also useful. From a player's point of view, this sounded funny, and I wanted to do it, and I don't want to ruin the entire
what do you
party
mean
over
nuclear
it.
fire?
And also, again, killing people is bad isn't an argument from where I stand or where my character stands. And if that's
I know.
the argument, okay, then that's all right. Then that's fine. But at the same time, I don't want to start a huge fight. But this sounds funny and interesting, and where could
Yeah.
If you
So-
want to just go fight monsters for the entire
Look, I don't want-
session, or something, you know what I mean?
So-
Yeah,
I don't want to, but my
Then
character
just let it go.
knows is like
You can
trying
let
to
it go
stop
someday.
it.
If
Yeah.
your character doesn't want people to die, a potential argument could be that the baker creates the fuel source that powers our ship, and therefore he's more useful to us alive than dead.
Yeah, or like I'm trying to make the argument that you as a paladin should understand a man wanting to kill somebody or something in the name of his god, just
Yeah.
like you do the name of your god because your god says so because you
Right.
believe in them.
Like,
You
so you,
actually might be sympathetic to him for trying to kill someone for his god.
yeah. So like
well,
the
well, God did say it.
But just because I'm sympathetic doesn't mean it's morally right.
Also, she
the
knows that
paladins
that's not
just-
his god. She
Yes,
said,
yeah, if
also,
it was-
yes.
if
Remember,
it
I
was
in
the
that
same god,
conversation.
I could see that argument holding a lot more sway.
Yeah.
Zarak says,
I
"Heil,
was in that
Heil,
conversation,
die
you guys came up
Schweingott."
with it. Yes.
even if the pig god were real, she knows that's not the pig god. She knows we reanimated a corpse and stitched
Yes,
the pig
because
Yes.
we had
to
the
it.
I mean, like-
conversation.
I mean, like she's playing her character pretty to the book. I think. Like, I think you guys are all playing your characters really well. It's just an uncomfortable situation where your characters might decide they're going to fight, and it's not necessarily even odds.
It's not even ideal, but if
Oh no, the next
It's
round,
gotta
if
happen.
still resisting this, Necron
it's-
is going to try to murder her. Like, there's no
Okay.
doubt in my
well,
So I don't want
okay.
that to happen personally. So how about?
Yeah, I don't
all
either.
right,
We should
so if you
probably
don't-
let it go.
Like,
Yeah, if
These-
you don't kill the guy, are you going to have such a problem with us lying to the people that about
No,
what their pig god said?
Just-
Okay, then cool. Then I'm fine with letting
I
you
won't
live.
have a problem with that. Just
Just the murder.
the murder.
Okay.
like you could
Okay,
even
so-
play it. You could even play it so that it was like you let him take the blame for it, and then you go out and revive him, and then be like, this was just a great test from the swine god, right? There's lots of ways you guys can
Yeah.
play it, right?
Yeah, okay,
Nobody
I'm
has
cool
to
with
actually
that.
die. The main thing is you're causing misery, which brings certain people in this party joy. You're also making a spectacle for this religion, which plays to the ulterior motives of some of these guys. You can actually, logically, your character can make sure that nobody dies pretty easily.
Okay,
All
yeah.
you gotta do is let this play out, go out there and heal them, because you do have enough healing capability to do that.
And
Okay,
I'm
well,
also letting you know
They
that
can.
Necron is intentionally doing things he knows you will find blasphemous because he enjoys that it makes you uncomfortable.
It's
Okay.
very, well, it's gonna work every time because she's a paladin.
Yes.
Like, so
I think that's
you
the point.
basically
It's-
got constant baiting.
Yeah.
And that's-
Well, no, I mean, like that's what would happen if you were in there with like an evil character with a paladin. Like, think about it. Who's not gonna fuck with a crazy like right-wing paladin nut job who's like always right. Like,
I'm a
come on.
nut job now? Whoa.
Let's just be real. All paladins are nut jobs.
That's true, yes.
They're unbalanced, just like a lawful evil is totally unbalanced. Like, we're talking out of character right now, right? Like, out of character, anything that's lawful.
Are you kidding? Have you seen my AC?
fucking
It's
sane.
fucking it's fucking insane. I'm like,
Unless you're
dodge.
lawful neutral, that's just like, it's kind of crazy too. You're like the Zen Buddhist guy who's just like, wah, 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 can't fuck with me. Like,
So
There's
I'm
a
okay
joke.
with the guy not dying. I'm okay with the guy not dying. Meredith doesn't want the guy to die. Shell doesn't care. Necron, are you cool with the guy not dying if we spin this?
I need a reason.
Because we're going to spin it and get more people to believe in the pig god because it's
Yeah.
funny.
because by bringing him back, you make even more of a spectacle, which
Miracle. It
still
looks like a miracle.
it does. And think about how terrified that baker's gonna be after this shit for the rest of his life. Like, he's never going to be able to interact with another
He'll be
person
on
in a
constant
normal, sane
vigilance.
way, ever.
And the
Constant
folks might
vigilance.
think that murder is the way of their god, so they'll try and kill more people. Even with
All
that.
right. But I want to leave the pig zombie with them, even though it'll run out of juice and die shortly after I leave.
I feel like this is an in-character discussion now. You're like,
Yeah, I think we should have had this 5 minutes
you're
ago.
like, so Meredith is covering up the guy's ears
yeah,
so that
okay,
you guys
so
can discuss grown-up matters.
I want
okay,
one
next time
thing.
next
Have
time
the
we
crazy
do-
guy carve the word oink in his back before he
Poetry's
wakes up.
bad, okay?
Next time we have a disagreement like this in character where we want to do something crazy and Meredith wants people not to die, I think we should actually talk it over like this. Because
Yeah.
I think this conversation
I
really
think-
works pretty well.
I think this
And
is the
everyone gets
conversation
what
that
they
you guys would have had in the fridge. But I think Rex
Yeah,
didn't
I
feel
agree.
comfortable contradicting you guys, but it's okay. It would have been in character to
I-
contradict.
I don't want to I don't want to be
It
like
is-
there, but it's honestly I gotta get in there some point.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
is a
No,
thousand times better to say something than it is to wait till we enact our plan and throw a monkey wrench into it.
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sorry.
I also
Like,
feel
I'm
like
gonna say I don't mind that you're against it, but I do mind that you go along with it until we start the plan and then you
Yeah.
immediately object.
I think
And
it's
that's
just a
kind
matter of
distracting.
you got to make sure you're
I'm
paying
sorry.
enough attention and don't feel afraid to be in character. When we
Well,
pulled you
yeah.
aside, that way, it was to make sure you had an opportunity to talk it through with them.
Yeah.
So that we wouldn't
Also,
make anyone uncomfortable when the party to decide to do something idiotic.
I'll do that next time. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
No,
No worries.
you're okay. If everyone's talking over each other and you can't get a word in, type it in the chat and then people will be able to take notice. That's what I do when
Yeah.
when
But-
people are talking and I don't want to talk over
I
everyone.
think it was more a matter of feeling comfortable that your character disagreed with basically everyone else in the room. But
I
don't
didn't-
take that as meaning that you disagree with all of us. You're disagreeing with our characters, and that's okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we all want to have fun. And I don't want to start an in-character fight where we all kill each other and then...
And then have to re-roll for days.
Yeah, I want... This conflict is good and fun. Half the team being bad and half the
Lutheran,
team
would you
being
play
good. But we gotta
good?
do it in an in-character way that makes it so everyone still gets what they want out of the game.
Yeah.
I think Lutheran
Keep
says
in
he can
mind
never
you're gonna-
roleplay with us because he would be killing us all. I have a feeling he plays lawful good too.
I mean, hey, you
My
can play
character
lawful good.
did absolutely nothing wrong.
You're a child, you can't do anything wrong unless you kill somebody. And then you
I mean-
Nice as he be a murdering space clown. You'd fit right the fuck in, Lutheran.
Things my character has done include eat corpses in front of the the anti-cannibal cult. Stuff
did
a
that
bunch
too.
of thug meat into her
That was Rex.
backpack. Yeah,
That cult
I
had
was
one
thinking that's
rule.
It was one rule. And you didn't even wait till he had done like the 3 dying saves. You started eating him while he was basically still alive and unconscious. you just drug him over to a bush and you're like, nom, 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 nom. I'm like, I was like, your characters aren't even really that hungry, FYI. Like, it's just like,
I did not even cook it first. I ate it raw.
the
That was
choice
Rex.
food.
That
Aced
wasn't
my
this character.
constitution save, so I didn't even like take damage from it. And then I started stuffing thug meat into my backpack, and then it started rotting after a week, and then I baked it into a cake.
And fed it to his ship, which did not approve. All right, so
Meredith is trying to keep Shelf curing on the path of good, while me and Necron are trying to turn her evil.
all right, so are we okay with us basically saying that that conversation would have happened before?
Yeah, I'm good.
And
Yeah, I'm
and
good.
she fought against it a little bit because it was really hard for her to see the guy getting murdered that horrifically.
Mm-hmm.
But now your plan is to go out there and be the savior, Rex. To go out there and revive him and be like, this was all a test, and then go back in the ship.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
hell, you don't even have to proclaim it was all a test. I'm happy to be the one
to go make the proclamation.
Yeah, I'm happy to
Yeah,
be the one
you
to
can
lie
make
to
the
everyone.
proclamation while I heal the guy and glare at you.
You're like, you fucker.
I mean,
Like, I hate
even in
you all.
character, in character, the guy dying was only a means to an end. Him living and me being able to lie to the congregation is the same end, just a different means. So I'm okay with this in character and out. And the Necron's just a masochist, so.
All right. So,
Cool. So I'm glad we talked this over and it all worked out.
all right. So the priest of pork, he goes out. Let's scroll down past the entrance, and he drags the baker out. He's like, I did this, and he's rubbing grease all over the dead body, and it was a test of my faith. The Shrine Lord demands blood.
The pig zombie will walk off the ship.
Okay, what's the pig zombie say?
Pig! Great, I mean pig!
And I'm gonna say.
I'd like to point out this body was made from a withage. So when you're imagining a pig zombie,
you guys had
it was
regular.
once in a
You had
withage
regular
and it's now
guards
pig.
too.
That
Did
we
you
had
take the
regular
illithid or the regular human-looking guard as your base? What was your template?
It should be one of their people.
The human? Okay.
Okay.
To look like them, but with pig ears.
Okay. All right.
I'm
So.
imagining there being like a group that gathered around and everything, so he's like proclaiming to like 200 people or something.
Just kind of stand like in front of it. It'll look more like more.
I'm gonna stand to
teaching.
either side of the guy of the. Sorry, you go ahead, Meredith. No problem.
I was gonna say you guys should stand like it kind of like side by side, but like in front of the body, so that I can just like go up behind you, so they're not like focused on me while I heal.
I'm gonna stand next to the priest who's like telling his people what he did. Kind of like we're at a news conference, and I'm like his handler standing next to him, and when he's done proclaiming his mad ravings, I'm gonna stand up and like clarify what he's saying to people. And I'd imagine Necron was standing on the opposite side like his other handlers.
All right. So Meredith, you're here. You're reviving the baker, right?
And I'll like stand but next to her and go, all witness the light of the pig god!
And I
you
heal.
flagellate yourself extra hard.
I roll my eyes and I hail him. I just roll.
Let piggy light shine, and may you oink in peace for all eternity.
In my head, I'm like, I'm sorry, God. This is all a show. Please don't do this.
All right, and then he's gonna run. So Patrick is enjoying this, so he's going to. Let's see here. He casts Crown of Madness. So
Oh God.
and
Oh, no.
He's casting it on the baker. The baker is now charmed, and he's also going to use his unseen servant spell. So he's using his unseen servant spell, and so the servant lifts up the guy off of the ground, pushes him up, and starts mending his clothes where they'd been stabbed. and cleaning off all the blood so it like looks magical and shit while it's happening. And then the crown appears on top of the guy's head, and he's like, "It's true, the swine god, he's real. Everything's okay. He saved me. Oh, so that I should." What?
Is there anyone in the crowd that appears to have an injury?
They are all covered in large amounts of blemishes because of the amount of lard that they smother themselves in. Like everyone is completely covered in like pox.
I'm gonna walk up to one of them and cast cure wounds and scream, "By the light of the pig god, let your wounds be healed."
Okay.
Let's turn this into like one of those crazy Southern Christian.
Yeah, it's just like healed.
I'm kind of just like, I have like my hand on my head and we're kind of. I'm trying not to like visibly look kind of like just but I am like
What's that? That's a performance. Not so good.
Heal, be healed by the piggy god, oink oink.
And then you're like, it wasn't the most convincing.
Hold on, can I roll with advantage since I'm actually casting a spell while I'm doing it to heal?
Sure, but that only gives you a +5. We'll see how much of the crowd likes
How
it.
about I roll my religion for that?
Sure. Sure.
Heal him. Just heal him
There
with
you
his
go.
backhand.
All right.
Heal him with a what?
Backhand him to heal him.
Oh, just like,
No, that's not how their religion works. That's how my religion works.
Well, make it both.
all right, because you rolled a high religion, you remembered about the grease thing. At first, it was kind of like it kind of like, they were like, okay, cool, because it was kind of bad because it got rid of some of the grease while you healed it. That's why it was so low, right? And then you pulled out of your bag the bucket that you had of lard, of course, because you planned this, right? You know, religion. And then
It
you
was scraped off the corpses in the fridge.
yeah, and you start dumping it on him and chanting, you know, swiney things. All right, so there you go. Yeah, go ahead.
And make it convince them. Okay, so I want to use thaumaturgy to make my voice 3 times louder to really like boom. To, like,
Sure.
make, you know, and then as you oh shit, let me think of something. Stands before you one of the champions of your god. He does your god's bidding, as do we. We the heralds proclaim him a champion. And if
Oink,
you...
brother!
Oink, brothers.
Oink, brothers in swine, sisters in lard.
Sisters in lard.
Before you stand the champion of your lord, true to his wants and needs. And if you too are a champion, you shall do the same. What should be,
You should roll religion.
Can I roll deception because I'm lying to them?
Sure.
Cool.
Either one.
Okay, cool.
Oh, you guys are crazy.
Oh, another thing.
And that's why I keep rolling my eyes behind them, trying not to be seen. Like, god damn it.
Oh, snap.
All right, there you go. They are very well deceived. The people are quite convinced, and they're all down on their hands and knees and saying, you know, Lord, for lardness' sake, Lard be praised. I like that, Lard be praised. It sounds like it's just a southern draw, but it's not.
It's not a lord, it's lard. It's lard.
Nuclear fire. What did the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap. Okay, so
Be your champion, show the god your love.
there you go. And the followers bring you a bucket of grease each, and thank you for your services.
I'm gonna dip my hand in a bucket of grease and draw an L for loser on their forehead, like Rafiki does to Simba, but tells them it stands for lard.
Okay. Lard be with you. So he's sitting here drawing. He's drawing L's on their foreheads in lard and saying "Lard be with you." Okay.
Yep. Lard be with you.
All right. Let me.
Oh, this is great. This is exactly where I want my character to be.
I'm going to take the lard bucket that I was given, pour a vial of acid that I have into it, and pretend like I'm blessing it, and then hand it back to them as blessed lard.
Okay.
I'm kind of. Can I try to stop him, please? Can I try to stop him?
You gotta roll perception to see if you even noticed.
Oh no.
That's why you
Okay.
can't kill them. You have to get them to kill each other.
You didn't notice.
So it's not roll very high.
Oh wait, you're doing stealth.
I didn't
You're doing.
notice.
All right, you guys, you're at a standstill. You're both quite distracted.
Okay.
Can I just be like the Necron? Necron, we have to let them kill each other. We can't kill them. They have to kill each other. That was the point.
Careful.
Oh, I see. You're saying they can't use the divine lard because they're not ready. We'll throw it on the ground and let it sizzle. Oh my, look what would have happened if they had used it when unworthy.
It's all bubbling and
That's great. That's great. I like that. It sizzles on the ground like it's great.
Necron.
It's the Lord of the Lord.
Necron, he as he's trying to convince them, he knocks the bucket of lard over and it tips onto his shoe and he starts jumping up and down going, ow, ow, ow.
Yes! Feel the piggy goodness.
Do any of them, so Dandy, are any of them convinced? Do they start rubbing it on their skin?
What? I don't like.
Are any of them convinced it's
If I'm all
holy?
like 6, I wouldn't hold my breath for it.
Okay.
No.
For it.
They're like, we're not worthy, and they give it some
Okay.
space.
Okay. This is good. I like where this is going.
Okay.
This is probably the best case scenario given what just happened.
Yeah, probably.
That's agreed.
It wouldn't have turned out as well if you guys hadn't chosen to go revive her. At least not for the priest. Alright. What's your next part of your plan?
Okay, so so I don't know. How do we get them to continue worshiping us in the Big Lord?
I
I
mean,
want them to think of us as heralds of their god.
you could say you're heralds of their god.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want-
Yeah, okay, fine. We are the heralds of their god, the speakers of the Lord. And shit.
And you're still saying all this in your booming voice, right? Which should give you a +5.
Yeah, definitely. We are the heralds of your god, patrons of your lord, and as you worshipped our home for thousands of years, now we show ourselves to be praised in person.
All right, so roll deception.
That is what I'm good at.
All right, so you did a pretty okay job, and then Patrick Thomas Wagon enjoying the shit out of this. He's gonna come back behind you, and he's gonna assist in deception, and he gets a natural 20. All right.
Jesus.
And so he's using his like minor illusion and the ground is shaking and his little servant's still out and the guy is still like got his crown on so he can do whatever Patrick says he should. He's like, praise be to the Lord and his servants who message for him and the like, and who you should also follow, etc., etc. So saith Patrick and his friends. What was their name? Grace and Necron, etc., etc. And
Can I ask if there's anyone in the crowd who does not believe our truth?
Sure.
Step before us if you do not believe the truth of your Lord.
All right, and then there's an old man in the back who stands up and they're like, this is a load of horse shite. Back in my day, the Lord wouldn't have asked me to kill someone. What say you to this?
I'm sorry, what just happened?
How do you know what the Lord says if he does not speak in front of you? We are the
Yes.
heralds, therefore we speak for him.
Yes, blasphemer, if you do not speak from God, how do you know his will?
All right, guys, roll your persuasions.
Cool. This is the kind of roleplay that I wanted.
They just realized we killed someone.
No, he was asking if anyone didn't believe, so someone came out from the crowd.
Ah.
All right, and the man's like, huh? I've never heard from him. It just seems out of the sword sound. I'm sorry.
Oh,
And he drifts
I'm gonna
back
turn-
into the crowd.
I want to turn to the priest. Should I strike him dead for blaspheming?
No, you should be telling the priest what to do, not asking the priest what to do. We're the heralds.
No, I'm.
Oh, my bad, sorry.
No, you have a point there. You have a point.
Yeah.
Should we? Maybe we should kill the blasphemer.
I put a hand on Necron's shoulder and go, maybe we shouldn't.
I'm just gonna keep talking out loud. I mean, I'm not the herald of the piggy god, but if I were, why, I think I'd kill anybody that spoke
There you
against
go.
him. Glad that's not my job. Why, I think I'd kill him just about as violently as I ever killed anyone.
I imagine that'd be a time for you to self-flatulate.
I put my hand on the priest's shoulder, and I agree with fellow Herald Meredith. Maybe he shouldn't die, but he should still feel piggy pain for his blasphemy. What do you think, priest? Should there be some suffering you incur upon him, as the herald says?
I think the cowards run home by now.
I mean, like, all right, the priests be like, the Lord is much more violent than I thought before. There will be a reckoning in the herd.
What?
Right.
What? What do you mean?
We don't know what he's gonna do, Meredith. We don't know. We said he shouldn't kill him. If he kills him, that's not our fault, because we the herald said he shouldn't die.
What do you mean
Plausible
reckoning of the
deniability.
herd? Can I ask this question? What do you mean reckoning of the herd?
The Lord has told me that only the faithful shall survive.
Since when has the Lord talked to you?
Oh, okay, I like that.
We still have a zombie, right?
Wait,
The zombie did tell him to kill somebody.
the Lord sent a messenger, which is right behind me. The pig zombie's still back there. You were there, lady.
Lady!
Wait, would you prefer I call you man? You are a dwarf.
I turn to the pig zombie and I go, I don't think he said that.
All who commit blasphemy shall be given a chance to repent.
I don't. Oh, that's performance. I meant perception. Hold on. Oh shit! Didn't work.
Nature.
Why'd you roll nature?
What the fuck? That's not what I rolled.
You noticed some grass in the distance.
No.
It is covered in lard.
Perception. What the fuck? I'm rolling persuasion.
What are you trying to persuade?
I'm trying to persuade him. Like, are you sure that's what he said? Like, I don't think he said that.
Yeah, he's not at all persuaded by your arguments. He's quite caught up in the moment. And then the crowd has thronged around you guys to the point where there's not really a way forward at all. You guys are starting to get pushed back as the two people are getting surrounded by the crowd. FYI.
Okay.
We
So-
probably shouldn't let them on the ship, since this is their god.
Only those of
Yeah.
pure love for their Lord can stand upon his throne.
Now,
Only
while
we
the
have-
priest remains down here on earth, his disciples shall go inside the god and ascend to heaven.
Yes. Glorious.
All right, so you guys going back in the ship?
Yes.
I will.
Yes.
I want to douse everyone with the extra buckets of lard. Like it's splashed out on my holy water.
All right, go ahead. So you're finishing your last couple L's. You're having so much fun. Loser, loser, loser. Okay, and Meredith, Patrick goes out, and he says, "Top of the morning to you, lard heads."
Yes, that's great.
It sounds like top of the morning to you shitheads.
No, I said you lard heads.
I know, but it sounds
But-
like shit.
Yeah, but down there it's a compliment.
Yeah, top of the morning to you lard heads. Alright. Alright.
That is such a great example about why religion is terrible.
So true, so true.
I feel
Could
like
not
You
agree
can pick
more.
any set of arbitrary, ridiculous things to do and just turn it into a religion in D&D.
Wait a minute, I have to do what once a week? That could
Oh,
be a
but it's for
religion.
your church.
Okay, so we're getting on the ship, right?
Yep. So you finish
So
your
as we're getting on
L's.
the ship,
Meredith,
before we close. Okay.
what,
Oh.
before you close, that's fine. You haven't closed it yet. You're just in the entrance.
Okay. So before we close the door and leave, I want to stand in the doorway and just remind them of the things their Lord and Savior wants them to do to be in the way of the Lord.
Sure.
Remember, death to the unbelievers and pain to the blasphemers, and they
No.
the Lord twice.
I kind of pat his shoulder and go, no, 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 no death to the unbelievers.
Yeah,
And maybe
I'm
try
shaking my head
conversion.
back.
Maybe
Take
try
remember.
conversion.
When punishing unbelievers, pain first, then death if they don't believe.
No, no,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no,
So
no.
all
Actually, that
unbelievers
would be the paladin's way.
Yeah, that would be the paladin's way. Paladins are happy to kill non-believers.
Yeah.
Paladins are the ones who
Remember,
like
fine.
lead that shit. It's just
Okay, fine.
But
Technically,
this
the
is a
first thing
different
paladin
religion.
does is try to
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a different
I've
religion.
seen some paladins be pretty fucked up in stories.
Okay,
all
fine.
unbelievers-
Then
Nuclear Fire's throwing a virtual match from the ether, by
okay,
the
you
way.
wanna
He
know
wants to
what?
light them all
I-
on fire. They're all
I
covered in lard.
persuade that don't kill them instantly. Maybe try to persuade them first.
all unbelievers are given a chance to repent and join the way of the Lord. But in the event of blasphemy or heretic, feel free to lard and light them.
There you go. I'm a little bit
See, there
happier
you
with
go.
that. A little
to
bit.
lard and light them.
Yeah, lard and light
Oh,
them. You
yeah.
lard
Well,
them
that
up
would
and-
make Nuclear Fire happy. He's been wanting to light these guys on fire since I first made them up.
And that also be the last thing that we say to them as like their commandment. You know.
Yes, if you want to win a private home, pick something arbitrary and make it an absolute law.
You got any suggestions, Necron, before we leave?
Oh, yes, you have to shave the center of your forehead like a strip straight down it every day.
No.
But
what?
only the
How
priest.
about-
Only the
What
priest.
about
Only
The
priest.
true mark of the priest is to have it shaved from the front down the middle.
But not in a straight line.
It has to look zigzaggy like a piece of bacon.
No, it has to look like shit. If it looks good, it's not good.
No, but it
So they have
look
to-
like
they have to-
bacon. Wavy like bacon.
Oh,
That's what I just said.
that up.
Size it in.
They have to tattoo a pig's curly tail right above their butt crack.
Alright,
Yeah.
so
They have to have,
so-
they have to have a tiny pigtail at the end of their shaved part too. At the end of it, behind their head, they have to have a curly Q.
So-
One of those.
Yeah.
so
Some
Shell,
fancy
have
Skywalker had
have
it,
you
the
had any
fucking- that
thoughts
little
during this
weird thing.
time as your character, Shell?
She hears everyone giving orders to the people right before we leave and yells, "And leave us lots of cake!"
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yes.
even better. They have to shave their head except for a curly Q on the back like a pig's tail.
Oh, there
And
you
they
go.
have to
You can
present-
set it so they have to offer you guys cake, and that way, anytime you don't want to refuel, you just come back here and you got a whole buttload of it.
Anytime heralds are-
Cake offerings for the god.
And they also have to present
I
cake.
pat Shell in the head for
Hourly.
the idea.
I did
They have
good.
to place
Thank you,
temporarily
Dracul.
on
How are you
a
doing, buddy?
stone altar right,
Glad you like it.
right where the pig used to reside. Like they have to build the stone altar and present cake hourly.
No, let's not do anything we're gonna have to remember later.
I mean,
No,
you don't have to come to
So you guys went to the entrance to say farewell, and then you sat down and started writing religious laws.
Chips, when we sit
Pulled out
inside
your
the
tablets and were like,
laws.
what should we do? What should we do? Do.
Well, we're gonna be gone for a really long time, so you might as
I
well.
want there, when we come back, I want there to be a giant 12-foot pile of rotting cake where the ship
All
used
right.
to be.
How about we say this? You guys closed the door after you did some relative farewells. You haven't moved yet. You guys can do whatever you want inside here. There's a throng of people still outside making worshipy sounds. Okay?
We write
right.
a list down.
And you guys want to write a list of the laws of the church? I mean, if that's what you really want to do, that's fine.
That doesn't sound fun to me.
All right.
Alright, it's fine. We saw a stone
I'm doing good,
tablet with
Dracul.
chicken scratch of the various things we've already put out.
The second the word list entered into the equation,
Nuclear
I
fire.
lost
You're gonna
all
have to.
interest.
You're gonna have to give me. You're gonna have to give me
Sorry.
a
You know
what?
picture
It's
in
fine,
gallery or
Yeah,
in SFW.
I don't like making lists, and I definitely
So-
don't like making lists in character.
I will say though, that would be fine for after the session. We can say that whatever list you created, if you want to do that, Titan,
Alright.
That'd be good.
you can
I just
like
thought that
you
it
in
sounded
particular were wanting to
fun.
become the deity, so it would make sense for you to create the list
Alright.
in a way. So that way, you can do that outside of this session and share that. But we'll say that you created it and gave it to him. I'll say that you guys spent 2 hours drafting up the list, doing whatever you want to do. So what did you guys want to do during this 2-hour period that you were waiting for Cass to finish writing a religion?
Would it be funnier for me to already have something like that in my back pocket ready for the occasion?
That would be kind of perfect.
Yeah, like Mad Libs, it just
Okay.
has little details missing to fill in.
Yeah,
the religion.
it's just like
Yeah, okay, I like that better. Let's do that.
Like the
I
one
already
thing
have
you
it in
have
my
to do.
back
It's like the one thing you're not allowed to do is blank, but every day you still have to blank.
yeah, it's just like, and you got a whole sheet of them because you've been trying to start a religion for years.
You have 10 rules that all start with "Thou shalt not blank."
If I made up a Mad Lib sheet like that, would we all have fun filling it in together?
Yes, I would.
Sure,
Have
is
you
that
ever seen
something
the
you want?
platypus?
Yeah, make a list of commandments that we have to make up, and then but you can.
We'll Mad Lib it
Oh,
for
don't
game
make
night.
sex illegal. Make it mandatory. It'll be way weirder.
I got some. I'll make up like a Mad Lib sheet of like 10 or 15 like commandments. We can
Cool.
all fill it in later and then hand it out.
Then
to
we can
every,
then we can compare our versions. That sounds fun. All right.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
So you go out and you hand them the commandments, and you what do you tell the priest?
These better be followed by punishment of being hog-tied in the field for 6 hours.
Perfection.
Okay, cool. All right, and then Patrick's minion, the baker that still has the crown on, because you were able to pull it out of your pocket immediately, and be like, "So saith the Lord," and then you guys go and close the doors again. All right, so Patrick's at the helm, and he asks you what you guys want to do.
Push the button.
Onward.
Nice, like,
Upward.
Patrick says, "All right, well, I tried to explain this to you before, okay? I can push the button. We can go anywhere we've already been here on this here planet. Or you can give me a bloody map and we can go somewhere."
I have a map. I'll give him the treasure map we found.
All right,
Yeah, let's do
Rex
that.
has that, by the way. That's in her inventory.
What do I have?
You have the map to the...
I walk over to the center
Give him
console
the map.
and
Yeah, it was the map to Ursa Major that you got from the Wine God.
Can I also just interject?
okay, I
Can
walk
I
over
interject?
to Are we doing mine first? I thought we were doing somebody else's
go with
first.
yours.
I mean, we only have your map, so.
Yeah, we don't have your map. I just wanted to interject to ask that we go somewhere with something called a VHS player. Like I talk about it like it's some arcane technology.
It is some arcane technology.
Okay,
Dude,
so
but
I
that-
take the map and we go, and I shove it into the thing.
Oh, I don't know,
Where it's
Zarak.
supposed to
You're
go.
in the roleplay channel, right? So you'll be able to play around with that one.
Yeah, and bring us somewhere where I can get a VHS player, whatever that part of sorcery is. I've never heard of that spell.
Patrick's like, and neither have I.
Glorious. Onward.
All right, so you hand him the directions.
Yeah.
Cool.
Has my character heard of a VHS player?
I mean, roll luck.
Oh, I rolled intelligence.
Just roll a random d20.
Oh.
No.
Damn.
Okay, so all right, Rex, did you hand him the directions?
Yeah.
I'll add you to it, Zarak. Just remind me after, like when we go into Red Dead, to add you in Discord to the roleplay channel. You should definitely be there. Okay, so Meredith goes up. She hands him the map, and so he takes it's like an N64 cartridge on the bottom, and it's got a floppy, clear visual display on it. Is what the map looks like. Okay, so on the bottom is a cartridge, and it's got like those clear papers that have printed black and white on it. So it's like a star map.
It's the Helmet N64 controller.
What?
The Helmet N64 controller.
No, it's just the cartridge on the bottom. And so he Patrick takes the cartridge, shoves it in a slot, and you hear it, and it brought up a display that has like the constellation Ursa Major, and a big green go button.
Let's do it.
Yeah, hit it.
I was like, all right, I just wanted to build up the suspense, eh? And he pushes the button, and it does the whole oinking thing and shaking and vibrating, and then you guys,
I got a question.
yeah?
Does the ship fly with like thrusters out the back end, or does it just kind of float? Because if fire comes out the ass of the ship, we're gonna light all those people on fire.
No, it actually just it uses interdimensional travel. So you guys,
Okay. I don't want our new cult members to die.
no, it basically started vibrating and like phasing in and out of existence, and then suddenly disappeared.
It's the pig TARDIS.
Kind of, yeah.
Cool. I'm okay with that.
All right, and so you guys have instantly traveled, and do you have that map? You sent it to me in one of the places, right?
I sent it to you twice, one with and one without number. If you scroll up, I just sent you the numbered version now, but the first one I sent you has no number.
What do you think? Better? Probably better with no numbers. That way,
I think it would be.
and then you have the reference for the numbers, so that should be fine.
Yeah, exactly. So when you uncover these squares, do not expose the whole room at once.
Okay.
Oh shit. So we had a giant argument about starting a cult, and we're going into a dungeon. Cool.
We'll at least start it. We've only got a little bit here.
We had to argue for 2 hours about starting a cult.
I mean, if you're gonna start a cult, you should give it, the proper
Do it right.
attention that it needs, right?
God damn. I feel like next time we should get like pig masks.
You have half of the map exposed right now on stream, but only half.
I don't have any of it
No,
exposed.
My window, my camera window looks weird now on stream.
Yep. Oh, I see. Yeah.
I just realized the god of wine and
Because you
cake is real
DM'd it
and
to
you
me.
met
One
him.
sec.
I mean, yeah. And we're his herald. We're his champions.
Oh my god, we're the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
You are. It's really the 3 horsemen of the apocalypse and the 2 unwitting followers of the apocalypse.
Hold on, guys. I can't hear anything. Give me 1 second.
You actually sound a lot better now.
Yeah.
2 unwitting followers is like 1 guy, so that's still 4 horsemen.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
We will stack on top of each other.
By the way, who all of you watching has retweeted the tweet on Twitter? Retweeted on.
I'm about to quote the tweet.
Okay, cool. Anyone who has, I can give you those.
Did you give me mine?
Not yet. I was making a character. All right, let's see here. I think, honestly, I feel like this is like a really good point for us to end the play session today, because what we're going into is a full play session.
Yeah.
So
I think we should at least let them know they see a
Yeah,
dilapidated space station.
yeah, I think we can introduce it. I just want to make sure we're clear that we're not going to spend more than the next 30 minutes like we planned. Oh, I guess the cast's done.
Oh, did he have to go?
Let's see here.
I have to go soon. I'm getting tired.
Yeah, so let's see here. We've got... I'll just introduce what happens. Okay, so you guys end up... all right, did you finalize your decision, Troa? Are we on the ground or are we in space?
I thought that was your decision. Sorry. We're in space. We'll say we're
Okay,
in.
cool. All right. So you guys have popped out, and on your little HUD display, you see in front of you a floating space station that is it's kind of like bluish on the outside. It's got shiny lights. It's got a huge like a radio telescope type thing on it, and a big old like sonar looking thing. There's moving sensors and widgets and baubles. It's just covered in sensors head to toe, and there's a big old docking ring on it.
Hey, are you guys able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yep.
So my earbuds cut out right before you said
Sure, I can describe it again for you. So,
okay.
so you guys just you see on the screen that there's a space station in front of you with a bunch of sensors and widgets and moving pieces on the outside of it. It's kind of blue and it's got a lot of glowing lights on it, and there's a docking ring on the outside of it. It's like a big space station with a shit ton of sensors and transmitters, etc.
Is this where we're going?
That's where the map took you.
Cool.
And Patrick's like, "Oi! Looks like we're here, boys and girls."
Where's
I kind of like, I look at it and I kind of like, maybe there's something I need there.
Maybe we'll all die there.
I look at
Well, how about,
Necron and kind of just like, really?
You believe in God, don't you? Don't you want to
I
meet
believe
your
in God.
maker?
Not yet.
Death, but
Nuclear
not
fire, I don't see
slaves
anything
and
wrong with that.
God.
I think that's a good plan.
I believe in death. And God's
Anyway.
a lot of death.
I think we should dock.
Okay.
Been dead, there's a lot of death.
Sounds
All right,
like
so
a-
Patrick's like, "Oi, so you want me to dock, eh?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
All right, I'll push the little piggly wings." And he's like, he pushes on one of the piggly wings, and you guys like glide over, and it kind of like flutters as it goes, like as if it
Like
had
little
actual
bat
wings. Just
Flick out of the
right,
flick out of
and
the
then you hear a and then now you're docked.
awesome.
Cool. So I think we'll go ahead and call it for D&D tonight. Let's go ahead and talk about the play session, what we liked, what we didn't like. I am moving into Red Dead Redemption right after this, so anyone who wants to play that with me is welcome to join me.
I think tonight was really fun. I think we need to work a little harder on communication and making sure we all want what we're doing is what we all want to end up doing.
Yeah, I like that.
I like
up front, and no one will mind.
Yeah, I should probably speak up more often, and I'm sorry that I don't. I just get super nervous.
Yeah, no worries.
And especially when there's like 2 chaotic evils and 2 like chaotic neutrals, and I'm the only like.
Yeah, I want to make sure you know that none of us are mad at you for disagreeing with our character.
Yeah. We think it's perfectly reasonable that your character would not like the situation you were just in.
I love the thought of our characters yelling at each other, but I don't want to thought of you getting upset about it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to end up in a PvP fight either.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it would suck to like kill one of your fellow characters and like because it forces a reroll and it's really hard for people, especially if you haven't played with each other for a really long time or in like less invested situations, right? Like if you guys decided to kill my leprechaun, I could give a fuck less. I would be entertained, right?
I like the leprechaun. I think he's cool.
But like
I find it funny that there's 4 short people and I'm the
yeah, it's just like
you know the funny thing about the first time I've been in a party of all short people, everyone wants to be tiny.
Yeah, Grace is the tallest person here, isn't she?
Bud too. Bud's on the ship.
I don't want to get into PvP because where I sit, that I feel like that would just end the campaign, or at least everyone's involved in it.
Yeah, I feel like that would basically be the end. I mean, it would be a really entertaining end to the story, but I want to make sure you guys get something out of this as well, right? Like the whole reason that I set up these things, and like I've been dropping hints for you, Cass, on what you've got there. Hopefully you understood that the key has some significance as well.
I didn't realize I had a key. I thought I just had an
so
manual and DVD player.
You had the manual and the DVD players, and then the key fell out of the manual. Your character didn't notice it, but Necron picked it up, and it had a label that said "Key to Ultimate Power" on it.
Oh, it sounds like I need to beat Necron's head in and take it back.
So there's a keyhole that matches it inside that Heart of Swine.
Okay.
And Rex and Necron are aware of it. Not Rex, Lunar and Necron are aware of it. So
okay, cool.
They're not like purposely hiding it from you per se. You're just not aware of it.
When we get
and they're not aware of what the key does. So it's like there's a keyhole, and then Necron has a random key. He doesn't know where it goes to.
Well,
but it does
Necron and Lunar are both pretty sure it goes to that heart. They put 2 and 2 together based on the rolls they did. One of the rolls you did earlier was to see whether you noticed.
The key in the heart.
What?
Okay.
So, I said earlier I put the key in the heart.
But you didn't turn it.
I did.
If you did turn it, that things would be different. So that couldn't have happened. So you just have to suck it up.
Okay, I just put it in.
It's just sitting in there.
There's a key sticking out of the heart.
There's a key sticking out of the heart. It hasn't been turned.
Maybe we should save it for a later date when we really need it.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
We should probably save it.
I would imagine that like leaving the vehicle that I would grab, that if everyone forgot the key, I'd like grab it out because like you take your car keys inside with you. So I'm like,
yeah, it's kind of like so there's the baseline there. I just wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page.
Especially if it says ultimate power on it.
Yeah, it's got a little tag that says ultimate power in Comic Sans.
Comic Sans is the.
So like I think whenever we have like a scenario like that though, it would be great if we all like discussed like Andy, I think you kind of have some semblance of what's going to happen, because I can kind of interpret what they're going to do, but not really. So like maybe we should be
Because
like
we're all crazy.
plan ahead out of character and then like discuss it in character after we've kind of planned
to a
ahead out
certain
of
extent. So understand that
Just-
me and Eric created a set of plans to deal with multiple different stipulations. Okay, so we spent like the week planning out 2 potential dungeons depending upon what actions you did, and how to deal with the potential that you would just putz around in the town, which is what you ended up doing. So I like that we have this off the cuff stuff, but I always have potential dungeons planned for if that's the way you pursue things. So generally speaking, if you guys choose to take the short path and not do a lot of role play with the characters, right? Then you'll end up in a dungeon, almost guaranteed.
If you went through the whole dungeon and did every fight, it probably could have been like 4 hours. We have enough content.
Okay.
It's not big. There's like 8 potential fights in that dungeon. So
Also, if I'm doing like if I'm playing my character wrong, like Gandhi had to be like, you're a paladin, you would like disagree. Like, can you do that? Like, if I start doing that again?
Yeah. I was just trying to help with the role play. I think that it helps when that's why we establish our character traits ahead of time, so that we can kind of help each other when we start going off track. Because the fact is, you're making characters that aren't you, and so you're not always going to role play it perfectly, and that's just part of the nature of role play, especially since we're all collaborating here, right? I
can help too, Rex. I can I've done a lot of paladin stuff, and I can generally let you know what a paladin would do in any given situation.
That would, but like honestly, not like to help your character, but like to be like.
No,
hey,
I mean it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Dude, if I were playing a paladin, I would have done something similar to what you. I just like we said. I just would have said something a little sooner. It would have been like, "You're going to do what to who?" And,
yeah,
you know,
I kind of just
like
glazed over it.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Here's the
honestly,
attitude.
if I was playing a lawful good character, what I would have done when I woke up and found myself with all these fuck faces is I would have just set up shop in town and said, all right, peace. And then I would have rolled a new character. That's what I would have done, because like I'd be like, realistically, my character wouldn't go with these. But if you've got some kind of hidden agenda to try and make the party better, or like part of what you need to do, Rex, is kind of define what your character's goals are from a religious perspective, to understand, like, because you're lawful good from the interpretation of your religion. So yeah, what deity did you pick?
The deity I picked was.
Did you go like ancients or vengeance or? What
Hold on, so let her tell us what deity she picked first.
Sorry, my bad.
That's okay.
Channel divinity ability improvement. How would I? Oh, Oath of the Ancients. That's the one I did. Was Tenets of the Ancients Wanderer. I did the Ancient.
Where?
I'm looking at it
Goal, Tame Ursa Major.
I'm tired. I'm gonna head out.
All right. Good night, Lunar. Great playing with you tonight.
Yep.
Who swore
Good
to
one.
those cast their lot with the side of the light in the cosmic struggle against darkness. Because they
Well,
love
here's the
elevating
thing, Rex.
and not giving things.
This is really important if you're going to play a paladin as a player. If someone asks you what your god is, it should literally be the first thing you know. Every decision your character makes should be based on what your character thinks their god would prefer they do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's every motivation. What would your god want? And remember, you can believe you're absolutely right, but accept a loss in the situation to win at something later. That's a big thing with paladins. They play the long game, but they will kill you if they need.
Yeah,
Especially if you're trying to kill the innocent.
Like lawful good does not mean that you're not going to kill someone. It means that you're like, generally speaking, lawful good are happy to massacre large amounts of people if it's in the favor of their god, right? but it depends upon what the traits of your god are. So understanding the way you interpret your god's motivations is really pivotal to how you roleplay the characters. So what I would recommend between now and the next play session is kind of exploring that. I personally don't care what deity you pick, so if you want to change the deity right now to suit the way you want to roleplay this, now's a good opportunity to pick a deity that might fit in well to reduce conflict, or to make you like you could probably pick a deity that would help benefit you in taming animals. There may be one
That's the one I picked.
Yeah,
Was
so
the one that benefited me taming animals.
So what you want to do between now and then is a little more research on that deity. I'm okay with made up bullshit deities too, because they're not any different than the other ones. You just have to have a consistent kind of backstory and understanding of how you're going to play it. And
how would I even begin to find?
You need the name of it. If you have the name of it, then you're good. Otherwise, Troa and I can help you offline. Or even like while we're playing Red Dead in a little bit here, I bet you he'd be happy to help look stuff up.
Rex, if you tell me what your basic ideals for the Paladin are, like maybe a list of 5 basic ideals that are very important to them, I can just tell you which god they would work.
Okay.
Like if you want to know, I'd be like, oh, you do
Sounds
that.
good, Zorak. And yeah, you're probably getting familiar with the way I run 5e. It's just a fairly relaxed perspective on it.
Or Meredith does. Meredith also doesn't like people murdering each other. She also is like trying to get everybody to be like family almost, instead of having them kind of go at each other. She's kind of like protective, overprotective a little bit even.
All right, so I'm doing the quest. What do you think an appropriate amount of experience for starting to work on a new variation of a religion would be? I was thinking like, what, 6,000? 10,000? What do you think? For today's play session?
Say that again?
How much experience do you think today's play session and the quest of May the Lord be with you should be worth?
I'd split 5,000 XP amongst the party for that.
Sounds good. And
as the DM would reward like an extra 100 or 200 to anyone that you feel contributed something or roleplayed a scene very well.
I think in this case, everyone actually did a really good job participating. So
I would suggest an extra 200 XP for everyone.
Okay, then I will boost this to 6,000.
Rex, what do you think about Brigida, goddess of life and nature? She's a Celtic deity.
Perfect, because she's got like Meredith is supposed to have a Scottish voice, but I'm not very good with it. Scottish, Irish, in that range.
So Brigida is the goddess of rivers and livestock, and her domain is the domain of life. A domain, you pull your magic from a domain spell. If it ever comes up, your domain then would be life. Okay. I'm gonna text you the spelling of that and link to an article about God.
Yeah, I'll save it. That way I can pull it up every time so I can read it over and over.
All right. You guys have been awarded for completing the quest. May the Lord be with you and also with you.
Yeah.
Anything where it says domain and alignment, it's just taking gods from a variety of sources and converting them into D&D terms.
So like, her name?
Yeah, Zorak. I feel like anything that has like a more relaxed approach works really well for me. Like I prefer these kind of roleplay sessions to be focused on our actual shared experience of the game.
She doesn't pop up on the deities from realms, life, death deities. Oh shit, where is she?
All right, you guys ended up with more experience, but I don't think we ended up with a lot of experience distributed from last session, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I still have it leveled up, so it's fine.
Yeah, I think this will push you guys to level 6. Let me double check.
No, I still have. I still need another 3,400 left.
Yeah, you guys all still have some. So I don't mind giving that extra experience because I feel like you guys should be real close to level 6 for all the work you guys have put in over the last couple games.
Where do I see how much experience I have?
If you go to your character sheet and click on the little hourglass icon thingy, the looking glass thing, it'll show your total XP, and the next level is 14,000 for hitting 6.
Okay, I'm at 9,000.
Yep.
Cool.
And if it gets to a point, Rex, where if you feel you'd rather have someone helping you a little bit more role playing, I can roll a character to work in conjunction with yours. If that would.
I don't want you running 2 characters though. I
would get rid of Negron.
So,
I like making characters like a lot.
Again, remember, like, so just like Zarak is looking to make a character, right? It's going to be totally fine. I was able to throw that little leprechaun in and it didn't cause any problems, right? Because of the way we're running this game, it allows for characters to come and go freely. Like, as for any of you guys watching, by the way, if you guys are new to the show, don't forget to follow. If you're looking for a way to support the show, don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate, we actually had a pretty good audience today for DnD. I think the top was 15, but like we've been moving up in viewership as we run it, and that shows that collectively we're getting better at telling this story and cooperating together. So really good work so far.
Next dungeon will be a special Thanksgiving themed dungeon.
I love these ridiculous.
Wait, isn't
dungeons. I love the
Thanksgiving
party one.
on? Wait, Thursday?
Is it gonna be on Thanksgiving?
We may need to do it next week instead of week after next, so that we don't end up landing on actual Thanksgiving.
Next week, Thanksgiving?
I thought next week was Thanksgiving, so
Yeah, it'll be
it'll
fine.
be the week following.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Yeah.
It'll be a Thanksgiving themed dungeon because I thought we were running it tonight, but we will keep the theme. And the dungeon after that, if people want, will be Yule themed or something.
Yeah, I think it should be all of the Yule holidays.
It'll be winter themed.
There you go.
It'll be December themed.
And I know how you make stuff, so I know it's gonna be the perfect kind of twisted.
Yeah, it's not gonna. It's never like a pleasant, joyful story. Not with this group.
No,
we can take anything beautiful and turn it into death.